Hello everybody and welcome back to Six-Sided Struggle, where we have no clue what's happening next. Let's go around the table and reintroduce ourselves.
Hello, my name is Rose and I play the character of Mary Black. Today's fun fact, she's polyamorous. She likes to listen to all different kinds of genres of music.
I'm gonna attack you in some way. I saw that pun just last night. Beautifully done.
Hello, I'm Orchid, and I'll be playing Abigail Shaw. The fun fact for this week is Gail knows how to play the bass.
Howdy. I'm Harpy. I'll be playing one Aster for you today. This week's fun fact is they tried to fly as a middle schooler, and the resulting social fallout was so bad after they crash landed that they moved schools.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's big.
That was what they were saying also.
Understandable.
A lot.
Part of Space Baby will be played by Cesar Romero today.
Hi, Caesar.
Hi, Caesar.
I love Caesar.
Space Baby's fun fact is that he is really weirded out by all this front weight he has now, and his back's starting to hurt a little bit.
Join the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club. We all suffer in silence here.
Not in silence. I'm gonna be a huge bitch about it.
I'm Adam, and I'm your game master. Let's get into the recap. In the last one, our dear teens received a permission slip to go to the Icaron Museum of Modern History. After school, the group goes to collect Gail. When they reach her house, Simon has an absolute nerd freakout, realizing that Gail's grandma is the legendary hero Christina Shaw. After a cookies and assimilation break, the group heads to Simon's new hideout. After getting set up there, the group has a 2-week time skip in which Mary Black gets grounded, Space Baby gets rumors spread about them, and Simon fails successfully in getting the master code to their base. All right, we're going to start on the day of the field trip. You all have a field trip to the Modern History Museum of Icaron. Do we want to go through people's mornings, or I think we could just kind of skip through important, yeah.
Is this past the 2-week grounding window?
You are 1 week into being grounded. You're still grounded for another week. All you're allowed to do is go to school.
In the museum.
We could get
AV club. That's part of school.
Yes, you're allowed to do your school activities, but that's it.
Does she? Do you have to text her to a photo of I'm at the AV club? Good.
No, I'm with the science team.
Yeah. We could do little snippets, not even scene, just
There-
visuals of the morning.
There is one panel for each of you. What is that one comic book panel that each of you get? Gail, I have something for yours.
Picking up their radio.
All right. We have Aster picking up his radio, preparing his day.
Setting on his playlist. You know how it is.
Space Baby is painting her face, and it's just going to say, whatever the museum's name is. Space Baby's painting her face like it's a sports ball game, and she is going in full fanboy mode.
The Museum of Modern History.
Oh,
MMH.
MMH? Oh, modern history.
Museum
MLMH.
of Modern History.
Monk.
Mary's just checking the supplies in her satchel.
All right. Mary's just checking the supplies in her satchel.
She's doing inventory.
Gail's... Yours is your grandma saying to you that she is chaperoning this trip with you. And she is taking Ozzy, your little brother, with you. And Gail, we're going to have a wonderful day. Come on, Gail, come on. As you get ushered out the door. You all arrive to school moments later. I assume some people are late. You're not allowed to be late today, Gail.
Mm-hmm.
You're being drug along.
Mm-hmm.
Aster's doing the thing of checking their watch, but it is sort of the reverse of what it usually is, because they're late, but Gail isn't late, and it's awful strange.
Yeah, that would be weird. So as you arrive to school
With coffee in hand.
with coffee in hand and whatever accoutrement, as you arrive to school, the bus is already parked out front as history class is your first period.
Oh shit, I should bust yet. Jog over to the other side of the school.
And
First in line.
let's just take this from Aster's point of view.
Fuck.
Everybody is standing in line as you arrive to school, including Space Baby, including Miss Mary Black, including Gale, which is really weird for you.
Near the front.
Near the front. Standing beside Gale is Granny Shaw.
Oh.
And beside her, holding her hand, is little Ozzy.
Huh. Yeah. Aster is like slicking their fur back where it was sort of tussled from the run and slinking into the back of the line.
Mr. Gypsum is getting Miss Mary Black to try to count attendance for him. Come on, Mary Black, you do the attendance and we'll get on our way.
Yes, Mr. Gypsum. Out of her satchel, she pulls a clipboard.
You already had it ready to go with those names.
Already out.
It's already got the attendance.
She's already got the
Yep.
attendance. And she just goes down the line, check mark, check mark, check mark, looks at Aster. Slow check mark.
Aster like squinting back at her as if it's challenge.
Hovering over the tardy checkbox.
I know we went over and said that Space Baby was going to be taking the place of any absent students, so today you are going by the name of Amanda Whitaker.
So, Mr. Gypsum ushers you all onto the bus after roll call gets finished.
Can I step on his foot?
I forgot we said Sarah Candle.
Absolutely.
I forgot we said Sarah Candle, so yeah.
Adriana Campbell.
It-
It does not matter. You can literally say anything.
Okay.
Just lie.
Just lie. Just come up with shit and sound confident about it. That's what I do.
Aster tips. Just lie. Speaking of which, I'm fully stepping on his foot. It's for funsies.
That sounds like
Absolutely.
a steak.
Don't say that to me.
Aster tips?
That's when I dye the very ends of my hair.
Yeah, Aster tips.
Or when I pop up in a little speech pop-up that goes, I am so fucking mad. I'm referencing a meme image and I realize it might not be seen. Oh well.
Okay, yeah, because
I'll hunt for it.
I'm thinking of Clippy, the paper clip.
I don't want to be that guy.
is
Seems like
Clippy
a
on the
lot.
bus too?
Yes.
The paper clip.
Clippy with his yellow notepad self and his paperclip body sits in the back of the bus. Sure, why not?
Good.
Why not? And he's, of course, in the back of the bus because he is the coolest one of you all.
100%, 100%.
Can I help you with that? All right. Aside from the stupid, you step on his toe. You step on Mr. Gypsum's toe. And it's just a very simple reaction of, ah! As you get on the bus. When you're on the bus, Gypsum comes in and is like, all right, students, all right. Now, we're going to get some culture and some history.
Uh-huh.
Just remember, don't embarrass me, you little shits. You're going to stay calm, you're going to listen up, and you're not going to be loud, okay?
Yes, Mr. Gypsum.
And Granny Shaw sitting at the front of the bus, forcing Gale to sit at the front of the bus, looks right up at him and goes, you tell him, Mr. Gypsum.
Oh no, I'm sensing some flirtation.
Don't say that. Don't say it, don't think it. Don't say it, don't think it.
They have like a 50-year difference on their lifespans. Maybe
But at a
60.
certain point,
Half your age, round it up. Or half your age plus 7 or whatever.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
stupid. If you have to do math to determine if it's gross, it's gross.
I would just like to make note that Mary always sits at the front of the bus on field trips.
Okay.
So you're most likely sitting across the aisle from Mary.
Aster has sat at the back before they realized that Gale was all the way at the front and is now just kind of alone.
Where do you think you're sitting, Space Baby?
So I walk into the bus, and I walk to the back, and I sit down next to a normal-looking redheaded Asian,
Okay.
and I say, "Hey, Clippy, what you doing?"
What?
Is there a reference there? I'm trying to figure that
I'm
out.
making a new character.
Okay.
Clippy, the guy with the clipboard, he takes notes. Hey, Clippy, what you taking notes on, mate?
Clippy.
That's a nickname.
It's a nickname. Clippy looks at you with his normal clipboard in hand with his big, comically large pencil. It is like it's one of those that
I know it's not good.
yeah, it's one of those like
Gift shop.
2-3 inch in diameter humongous pencils that's just unnecessarily big. And he looks up at you and goes,
How are you today, mate?
Hey, doing good.
Oh, that's wonderful. How are you thinking the field trip is gonna go?
I am so excited about the museum. I have been looking forward to learning all week.
Oh, yeah, I've got mini notepads ready for it.
Hey, Clippy, I've been wondering,
What's going on, mate?
where do you get your pencils?
Oh, there's a novelty store over on 8th Street.
Don't you think it's a little much?
To express yourself, you have to go outside of the norm.
High five, Clippy.
High five, mate.
The way you were using the pencil, it just did not look right.
That's your second thing.
I know, but I'm just. You have to see it from the angle I was looking at it from. It does not look okay. And I'm so glad we don't have a camera.
I use my big rock hard wainer to write my notes.
How do you get it to hold the pencil?
You see, my urethra is massive. It goes right in.
Wow, Clippy, you have such good pelvic control. Do you write in cursive too?
The only way I know how.
Rock on, Clippy. Rock on.
We do, I think, in this exchange, get like a shot of Aster going, why is Space Baby making friends easier than me? And then listening to the rest of the conversation and finding themselves fairly at ease with not being part of it.
It's understandable. Understandable.
All right, let's continue on. This is getting so much. All right, continue. Space Baby, did you have anything more? No. Okay. Does anyone have any further scenes on this damn bus ride, or can I monologue?
Aster's putting on the headphones, you know how it is.
Okay.
Mary is once again going to turn to Gail on the bus and pass over a tea that she got for her.
Oh, so sweet.
All right. Let's take this from Space Baby's point of view. Space Baby, you peek out the window of the bus as it's going down the road. You see in front of you the large city of Icaron. It's got tall buildings, short buildings, every kind of buildings you can really imagine. And it's all kind of, it's a lot of, that dark grays and very urban colors, It's a little bit depressing at times. But as you approach to more the center of city, or the more ritzy area, where the Museum of Icaron is, you notice that some buildings are now different. They're made of a different material. They have this... Everyone else would know it as a new material that has come out, that has been found because of the aliens.
Don't look at me, it's not new metal.
It's an imported material called construction membrane. But Space Baby, you don't know this. You see just this on a few buildings, not all of them. This thick, green, translucent, mostly opaque, kind of rough surface that just looks weird. And you're not sure what it is, but it just stands out completely different from all the other buildings around.
So Space Baby's not going to really say anything. He's just looking at
Yeah, understand.
Aster is grimacing at the ritzier buildings a little performatively.
I'm too busy trying to hide the whole me sitting next to a
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah. The 7 foot tall grandma.
Yeah.
That definitely people don't know. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me being only 5 foot tall too.
Oh.
Yeah. And Gail, you're still feeling that weird sweatiness. That heat from before. That is still affecting you, and it's almost at this point it's getting close to being unbearable. It's this uncomfortable heat courses through your body. And that's about the time that you arrive at the museum. It is a not too big building. It's only 1 story. It's got a decent floor size. Takes up maybe half a block on its own. And it's not made of the green material that you saw before. It's normal building. That's when Mr. Gypsum stands up and says, "All right, now I'm going to remind you one more time. Don't embarrass
embarrass me. All right, let's go.
Of course not, Joseph!
Shut up!
Mary is at this point going to lag back just a little bit to Aster. As I get closer to your general location, you'll notice that I'll have another cup in my hand, and I give you a tea as well.
Good. Like, pulling down their headphones, actually having to pay attention to the situation around them again.
I didn't have it.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. I got it at the same time that I got Gale's, so it might be a little cold, but it's still tea nonetheless.
No. You alright in the head? I didn't bully you for this or anything.
It's early morning. I know you and Gale normally don't get here on time, so tea.
So you got money to burn. And Aster's trotting along, now with the tea that they're sipping as they go.
As you exit the bus, you all end up forming, the pack of students. About 20 of them. The posse. In front of the pack stands Mr. Gypsum, and he is saying hello to a middle-aged, thin-looking man that is in a suit and tie. He's got a very, very, very thin mustache and black hair. He is kind of gaunt. He's got thin features.
He's an old black and white movie kind of guy.
Kind of a little bit. So that is when Mr. Gypsum kind of steps to the side and allows this other person to take charge, as this is your tour guide for the thing.
Hello, students. I'll be your tour guide this evening. You may call me Mr. Ingleton.
At that voice, Mary is immediately going to stop and pull back.
Aster's not dissuaded. They're still at the back of the line, but, looks like a film guy. Probably one of the silent film guys, but you can't begrudge him that. Nah, he's watching. He's got, still Paul on one of his headphones. There's, soft rave music playing out of them. But no, paying attention.
All right, students. Follow me.
As he leads you all into the building. So you go into the entrance, and it is a single room with a desk to the left and a big open doorway in front of you. The tour guide leads you through this, and you...
No, there's the entrance.
And you enter into a very, very large open room. It's got a very open floor plan. It's got two, half walls kind of parallel towards each other that are just full of, pictures and diagrams and words. It's that type of museum. It's a lot more about dioramas than actual art pieces, because it's a history museum.
Love it.
Yes.
You get more.
Is there interactive exhibits?
See.
Okay.
There's a penny press.
I love penny presses.
In the middle of the room sits a cordoned off area, and it is directly in the middle of the room. In this cordoned off area is a small glass container that inside of it sits a fist-sized diamond. And there's a little plaque in front of it. The tour guide leads you to the right to start at the first mid-wall. I don't want to do a full tour. Please speak up. This first wall is kind of dedicated to the general history of the city and founding of Icaron.
Space Baby's really into that.
Space Baby's super into it.
You know where Aster's going. They're looking for the best villain this city's ever had.
Do you want to break off from the group, Aster, and kind of just go on your own?
They do like to wander.
Mary is also going to do that.
Mary's also going to do that?
She's also going
I
to do
feel
that.
like I would try to break from the group,
Oh,
but
let's
I'm
teach
being
us
held
that.
by the wrist.
Oh, little Miss Grandma's
I feel like your grandma might lose track of you as she herself gets a little bit lost in the history of the place, because
And she's also
she ended
having
up being involved in a lot of it, actually.
Yeah,
Simon walks over
and
and
she's
just
also
starts
watching
distracting her.
Ozzy, so...
And she's watching Ozzy, so she's kind of always got her hand on Ozzy.
Yeah, so I was able to finally break.
So
Make a break for it.
I like to think that like Space Baby's really into it, and so he kind of just ends up filling your space for your grandmother, and that's why she doesn't know you're there. Because like there's a kid there, that's what she knows, but she doesn't pay attention that it's not you.
That's really like nice flavor like that.
So you begin hearing the tour guide go, in the early 1890s, a new continent of Pandora was discovered. As you immediately break away and try to completely ignore whatever he's talking about.
Yeah, Aster, like, to himself, yeah, I think I can do this job pretty fine.
Yeah. So where do you end up going? Are you staying as a group, or are you kind of just separating and fucking off?
So
I think I popped out of like the whole crowd to see Aster start walking somewhere. I'm like, okay, I gotta go.
Aster turns around, sees you, and fully brightens up.
Yeah. Now is about the time I realized, oh, the heat isn't just from people watching. Because that's what I had attributed it to before. I thought it was just people watching me because
Yeah, like an anxious heat. Absolutely.
I was sitting next to an icon. I was there with my grandma, and now it's like, why is this still here?
Absolutely.
Why are people still looking at me?
I mean, Mary's been here before for like projects.
I don't doubt it.
Projects. She likes to learn things, so she's pretty much read every placard on the wall. She's gonna spend all of her time, and I mean all of it, in the gift shop. She's just gonna browse.
Just browse the gift shop.
At this point, the employees know her by name.
Yeah.
I think Aster sees you wandering somewhere and does a little, but doesn't do anything to stop you. We're partners in crime if we're both wandering off, aren't we?
And you, Space Baby?
I'm into it. I'm learning.
You're fully into the tour?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. So we see a small scene of Space Baby like slack-jawed watching what he's saying while these three break out of the crowd. Mary going straight to the gift shop, and the other two just kind of looking for some interesting things on villains and such.
Yeah. Might take a peek at that diamond. Haven't seen it before.
Yeah, let's start with that. You two walk over to the diamond and you look at the plaque.
Feels more like it belongs in a jeweler's, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Guess they're running out of ideas. I wonder if you really could do the, claw in a circle through the glass. I'm not gonna try it, Gale. I'm not gonna try it.
Maybe?
You read the plaque and you see that this diamond has been labeled the refractory stone. Under it, it says, "This diamond was used in the day of the great switcheroo." It was used in the machine created by the Phantom Thief, and it was used as the refractory lens to spread his terrible and heinous plan across the entire city of Icaron. And that is what this diamond has been labeled as.
Yeah, no, we see Aster's, fur puff. You know how the hair in Ghibli movies puffs up sometimes?
Yes.
Aster is immersed suddenly. It's like a switch flips. They read that name and they read those descriptors and they're laughing to themselves about it, delighted with it.
And as you're laughing to yourself, you kind of turn around and you spot in the left corner of the room, you see a ginormous spider volcano thing.
Oh,
That looks really interesting.
Huh.
Right, yeah. Is that one your lowering their voice, is that one your ma had something to do with?
Think so.
Yes, yeah.
And this is as Space Baby and the entire group of children, they are going the complete opposite wall.
Okay.
So you are fully split up. And for us looking at the map, you two are going to wall 4, and you're going to wall 1.
Oh, they're labeled.
They are labeled with numbers.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just thought those were just weird squiggles.
They're labels for me. I just wanted you guys to know the numbers. I'm going to use numbers to kind of try to make things mildly easy.
So from right to left, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Walls 2 and 3 are the mid walls that are a little shorter, that are full of all of the information of the exhibits. That the walls that don't go all the way to the ceiling. And walls 1 and 4 are the actual walls of the building. So, Aster and Gale going to the fourth wall. Space Baby, you're going to the first. And Miss Mary Black, you are in the gift shop.
As long as nobody breaks this thing, we should be fine.
Yes. So this is about the time that we'll go back to a Space Baby.
Space Baby, when the camera pans back, he's actually holding Christina Shell's hand. They're just like really. He's
Warms the heart.
so.
You have taken the place of Ozzy in this, and now Ozzy is running around because she is kind of enamored in this showing. So you saw an opening when the hands disconnected for you to put your own hand there.
I think it was just like we were vibe sharing, and it was just like natural. It was just like,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
So in the wall you're on, this wall is kind of about the inventions that have come up in the many years.
Mm-hmm.
And it ranges from how in 1915, the founder of Atom Co., Henry Adams, created the ETPs, the energy transmission pylons, that can transfer the geothermal energy that's harnessed from the volcanoes wirelessly around the island. And it's also about the Ghost Horse Carriage, the first electric vehicle to use the ETP's energy source, as well as there is a small exhibit on how through Atom Co. testing, they created the first sentient AI, and it was nicknamed Autonomous Interface. And after some lengthy legal battle, Autonomous Interface eventually fought for the rights of his kind, their kind, its kind, whatever you want to call it. He won mostly using the phrase, "Why give me sentience just to take my freedom?"
I feel bad trying to follow that up with this. Does the Ghost Horse Carriage horn sound like a spectral whinny?
Absolutely.
Love that.
And for Aster, the wall you're on, this is all about the trials and tribulations that this island nation has gone through. It's about all of the terrible and disastrous events. In front of you sits a scale model of the Volcarachnid as it emerges from a scale model of Mount Pelée.
Aster's like taking out a little camera to snap some photos.
So in front of you, this statue is like huge. It is a good 10 feet tall. And you look at the plaque and it says this is 1/100th size. So you can think back to like, oh my God, this thing is huge. Like
Yeah,
it feels like it dwarfs you already, and then you learn it's a tiny scale model.
Yeah, I think Aster, when they looked over and saw it first, when they looked over and saw it first, it was oh shit, that's a weird, scary thing that is real and exists in the museum.
Yeah.
And it settled after just a second. Obviously, it's a statue. Yeah. But it's not hard to imagine. It's not hard to be in it.
And you see a very small, like a miniature-sized person, maybe like 2 to 3 inches tall, of a dude with a trident in like a kind of blue outfit. You can't really tell much detail. It's so small. And
Once Simon would know better. I don't care about the heroes.
you don't care about the heroes, yeah. You don't know this one then.
You know this, little guy, Gale?
There's a little plaque next to the thing.
Aster is reading the plaque, but it is far more fun to bother someone they know than to just read.
Absolutely.
No, it says, as looks over at the plaque.
You look over at the plaque and
Aster's also looking at the plaque, so you're just both reading.
you both stand in front of the plaque and you learn that this creature named the Volcarachnid emerged from Mount Pelée and threatened the safe place. It spun its lava-based webs around the floating islands, creating a bridge that still remains to this day. The Volcarachnid did terrible damage, but was eventually stopped by the Kraken, a hero, using his ability to control massive amounts of water. He succeeded in stopping the Volcarachnid, but lost his life in the process. The The Volcarachnid's body still remains suspended over safe place. They say it's just waiting dormant, waiting to be revived.
Then, Aster, like, looming dangerously. I think, like, right on... Is there, like, a little fenced-in, a little velvet rope type thing keeping people out?
No.
Alright.
It's just a big-ass, like, fiberglass model. It's pretty durable. As long as people aren't literally stomping on it, it's pretty fine.
Is the Kraken fastened to the ground? Because if not,
Yes.
Aster is moving to knock him over like a little chess piece to represent that he lost.
Do it.
Huh?
You reach forward and you snap it off, and his feet snap in the process.
And he's just, I think I love the thought that the volcano diorama, it's fiberglass, right?
Yes, but real quick before that, in doing this, please add 1 to danger and subtract 1 from mundane.
I just, the world itself are just,
as you feel immense power.
this makes me laugh because I imagine the fiberglass volcano being slightly hollow, so you just hear ting 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 ting, ting as it settles at the bottom.
I think we should go.
And as you turn around to attempt to run away, you are confronted with scale models of, not scale, these are real 2 life scale models of the aliens that invaded Icaron back in 1940. They are holding a fiberglass blaster pointed right at you all. And it kind of like, there's this moment of, whoa!
Absolutely. Aster's like fumbling for an excuse at the same time that they're feeling very powerful about it and trying to like laugh it off like, it's more accurate now, is it? As they turn around and there's 2 aliens with a big blaster right in their face.
Mm-hmm. And at this time, we're going to switch over to Miss Mary Black in the gift shop. What are you kind of looking for? What kind of thing does Miss Mary Black get caught on as it catches her eye?
She's just looking to see if there's anything new in the shop, and I would like it if there was.
Anything new?
Like a collectible.
Yeah, I get you.
And the fact that you're saying she would like it if
Let's
there
roll
was...
something for that. Roll me 2d6 and add... I need to get these things in front of me because I do not remember the labels.
Danger, freak, savior, superior, mundane.
Add superior.
Okay, so on my actual, I have +1 on that.
I can predict any new gift shop item.
Exactly. I've been here before. This is trash.
I know this.
That's my thought process for spirit. That's a 4 + 1. That's a 5, and you don't have any teammates around you, so you can't exactly use any team for this roll.
I'm gonna let you do that.
Yes, always remember, a low roll means something bad happens.
Yes.
Not that nothing happens, that something bad happens. You hear an explosion from the adjoining room. As for the rest of you all, you hear a loud crash as the wall number 1, the wall you're next to, explodes. You hear a loud sea shanty.
Aster does hear the sea shanty break through, and for a brilliant, horrifying second, thinks the ghost of the Kraken has come to wreak vengeance.
That's awesome. Let's take this from Space Baby's point of view. Space Baby, you all are leaving this area currently, so you are headed from wall 1 to 2 to over to 3. You're going to stop at the diamond midway. So you're around the diamond, and there is that low wall that is just words and pictures and dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
Behind that low wall, you see the corner that is the wall and the ceiling caves in one area. And you see behind that a man with a very thick beard with black pirate's clothes with the tri-point hat, and surrounding him, much like a baby swing, is a small boat as his feet dangle out the bottom of it.
He's in the... Okay.
It's kind of translucent blue-green feel, and Aster, next to you and Gale, lands a cannonball that has that same blue-green feel. This is the thing that smashed through the ceiling.
We should see if that glass case is broke.
As you hear, "Avasti, matey!"
I don't want to get avasted.
I'm not sure if that's the...
Your treasures be mine for plunder.
Why is he
I
doing
don't
it at a
want plunder.
history museum? He couldn't have gone to
I
like.
guess he's trying to be accurate. Like, are we walking towards? Because I think Aster wants to at least see what's happening.
Bored teenagers walking past and the villain breaks into a...
So as he bursts through the ceiling, Granny Shaw looks up at him with an interesting look. And then he looks down, and then she looks down at you, Space Baby, expecting to see Ozzy, but instead seeing you. And she gets this other kind of more confused look on her face as she goes, what, Ozzy? And then she looks around more and notices, Gale, you're gone too. Gale?
My baby's...
Like frustrated big dog noise.
Yes, kinda. She shouts into the air. Everyone run.
I'll go get Ozzy. And then he looks around to see if he can see Granny Shaw's other kid to try to like get usher them to safety.
Okay. You look around and you do not find them in your area. That is about the time over with Gale. Someone pokes on your lower thigh, mid-calf-ish thigh area. You turn around to see your little brother, Ozzy, with little bear ears, looking at you and goes, Hey, Gale.
Ozzy, what are you doing over here? You're supposed to be with Granny.
I wanted to follow you.
Stay close. We don't want anything to happen, okay?
No, okay.
Shit. Okay. Aster's like looking around now. Like Aster paused, saw you weren't right there with him, and turned around and oh god, there's a little baby bear. Aster's looking around for any emergency exits.
You look to the end of the hall that you're in currently, and you see a door labeled the spooky room.
We see interest bloom over Aster's face, like a little eye dilation.
There,
Fascinated.
you have no idea what that is, but there is also the main exit and the front door.
Are the danger is between us and that, though, yeah?
It's over further towards wall number 1. Still, yeah, right, in that kind of area. Mary Black, what are you doing when you hear this?
I heard the crash, so I'm gonna go out and see what's going on.
Okay. You poke your head out, and I think this is when I will have you roll and assess the situation. And this is when I'll start having things be affected by rolls.
Plus a superior.
Oh, a dose.
Snake eyes.
A big ol' snake eyes.
Oh, I have a friend with those.
So, Miss Mary Black, as you peek your head out to see what's happening, that is the exact moment. About 30 people nearly trample you. Can you please take a condition as this happens?
Afraid.
You mark afraid? Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. As she looks around and she notices that most people have gotten out. Aster and Gale, you still have not gotten out. As well as Space Baby, did you follow the group?
No.
Or did you stay with Shaw?
No, I looked around for Ozzy. How quick did this happen?
Very, very, very fast. It was, she yelled, everybody get out. Well, big crash, everybody get out, and then everybody was out.
Okay.
It was snap, 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 fast, fast, fast.
So that's about, like, that would be the time frame that I was looking around for Ozzy.
Yes.
So that's what I'm still doing. Ozzy's not around. And I feel like that took long enough that I kind of want to see what Granny's doing. Because my natural instinct would be to say, I can find him. I want to go blah to look for him. But, like, I probably am still just looking.
So you look over towards Granny Shaw and this villain that has just crashed through the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
The villain floats above the hole that has been created, and he looks down at Granny Shaw and the situation itself and goes, Avast ye! I be the Buccaneer, and these here treasures will be mine.
Shaky camera footage from the side as Aster peeks around the corner.
Shaky, shitty phone footage. radio footage, I should say.
Nice radio.
It's a good radio. It's a good radio.
Footage is bad, though.
Simon would be ashamed.
Simon didn't have a cannonball command.
Okay. This is the time that Granny Shaw, the camera pans over to her, and you, Space Baby, can see her. She hunches over a little bit. She throws her cane to the side, and then she starts physically growing in size as she takes on her bear form. Her hair, normally patchy light gray, darkens and thickens and grows. She physically grows about another foot in height, so she is now about 8.5 feet tall. And her muzzle, normally it's kind of humanish. It's pressed up kind of like a dog, has that squished muzzle.
Bugbear.
Yeah. It forms out a little bit further in this as she takes on her bear form. She throws her cane to the side and goes, "Oh, it's been so long since I've had a good battle. It really gets this old woman's blood boiling," as she charges in to the fight. What do you guys do?
Okay, wait. I want to picture this a little bit better in my mind.
Yeah.
The Buccaneer, is he pretty much a pirate babe, like a pirate baby-like figure in a floating?
He is a full-ass human man in full pirate outfit.
Oh, okay.
It's just that he has a spectral ship that is very small to his body, much like, well, it looks like a full galleon. It's just shrank around him almost.
So it's like a floaty?
Yes.
And it's like...
It looks like the draft floaty between someone.
Yeah.
Exactly that. It's got like a big cannon out the front of it, but it's only got like one porthole cannon at the front.
And his legs are kind of underneath that?
Yes, his legs are dangling underneath.
Yeah.
Arrgh.
That's great.
All right, so Space Baby is going to see what's going on, and I like to think that she's going to stretch her form so that it ends up being about maybe a little bit less than half the size of Christina Shaw, like a light bear.
Mm-hmm. A light bear?
Yeah, so it's kind of like translucent blue radiant, and that's kind of like the effect. She's combining both her stretchy powers.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Kind of like how you did with the biometal arm.
Yeah.
Where you created
Which I'm still wearing, by the way.
Still wearing. You create that image around you, and then you stretch yourself to fill the image.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah. All right. You do this. Are you charging forward, or are you just going to stand back or anything? Are you doing anything specific with this action?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She charged. Yeah, I am going to run into it.
Are you attacking? You gotta describe what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fully.
Okay. So Christina Shaw's running. She's not quite reached him. I transform and start running after her. And I want to think that when Christina Shaw lunges forward, I'm going to forepaw run up her back. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that she will hit him back, and then I'll pounce on him.
All right. Roll me engage a dangerous threat.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Real quick, before that, I absolutely forgot.
Fight.
We have to do our start a fight stuff. Ooh, so close. I almost fucked that up.
Okay.
Ooh, masks. So confusing.
Oh, masks.
All right, so let's go through under peripheral moves, under team mechanics. When you engage a battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 team to the pool. So now you're at a total of 4. Who's the team leader for this combat?
I think it might be Miss Christina Shaw, but I don't know if that counts.
It does not count. It has to be one of you.
It's like Aster, it's a Gale. I don't know if it's that for everybody else, though.
Well, since her mother did take charge in this one,
If you are not sure, I will make the choice for you.
I would
I'll vote
switch
Gil.
Gil.
Space Baby's like seeing Gil take up kind of a leadership role before.
Aster's
Right.
trying to look to Gale right now to see what Gale's doing about Ozzy.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So I'm cool with it being Gale for the sake of, they are the one with the innocent life in their hands.
Yeah. It for Mary, it's more of it's her grandmother that's taking the charge. So the next runner up in charge would be Gale.
Absolutely makes sense. I do like that as well. Okay. So, Gale, you are going to be the team leader for this session. If the team leader has influence over every teammate, add another team. I think you have influence over at least 3 of them. Do you have influence over you, Space Baby?
I don't actually.
Is it on your scratch? I don't think you have a scratch yet, actually.
No, Christina Shaw is who has influence over me.
Okay. So that is going to be a no. So you do not get to add that team. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. What's your purpose in the fight? Let's go around the table. Space Baby, what's your purpose?
So right now, my purpose is to assist Christina Shaw.
Keep Ozzy safe.
Mine is to find a place to keep Ozzy safe.
It would be help Christina Shaw.
I would consider those close enough to the same thing because Christina Shaw's influence is keeping Gale and Ozzy safe. I would consider that close enough. So you get to add 1 team. So you're at 5. If any member of the team mistrusts the team leader or the team itself,
No.
I think everyone trusts Gale a little bit to at least, not fuck things up.
Yeah.
Cool. So you don't have to remove a team. If your team is ill-prepared or off-balance, remove a team.
We are off. We are unprepared.
Ill-prepared and off-balance. I think this was oh no, this thing is now happening. So, -1. You are now at a total of 4 team. And for those listening who want to know, a team is a mechanic that you can spend 1 to add 1 to a role, and it has to be explained in-game how you are helping out. But it's just how you help each other in this game. You got to spend some team to help some team. Okay, so now, Space Baby, let's continue with your little attack. Now that we have our team totals.
Okay. So pitter patter, let's get out of here.
Absolutely.
Let's get out of here.
What'd you roll for a engaged dangerous threat?
9.
Sweet. Do you have any plus danger?
Oh, no, I'm at a 0 for danger, so.
Would
9 total.
Shaw count as
That would not.
team?
I cannot spend team for NPCs.
All right.
So, I'm sorry. Can we rewind? What are you doing right now?
I'm directly engaging a threat.
Okay, what do you
She is following Christina Shaw's charge and charging with and pouncing, using Christina Shaw as almost a landing board.
Yeah, like Christina. So the way I imagine it, like, the bear is going to, like, kind of well up before it attacks. And that's why the bear is welling up. I'm just now catching up. And so I'm going to, like, 4-paw run it up the back. The idea is that Christina Shaw is going to knock the dude back, and then I'll pounce him.
You have to remember this guy is floating pretty high in the air. So I imagine you get on Christina Shaw's back as she does one heinous leap up towards this, and you join in that leap.
Yes, absolutely.
And you
Bears can jump. That's so scary.
I don't know if all bears can jump because she can jump.
She's wearing her Jordans.
Yeah. So 9, you get to choose one, right? Yes, on a 7 and 9, pick one.
So when it says create an opportunity for your allies, would that be Christina, or does it have to be someone in the team?
I would let that be Christina as well.
Okay, I would like to do that. So I'm going to pounce, and I'm going to try to basically be like a weight on him. I'm just going to grab a hold of like the top part of his body and let my weight just kind of push him down.
So you get on top of him as Christina Shaw falls to the ground, and the entire time you're holding on, he is going at you with his fists, trying to punch you off. Please take one condition. And again, please remember in this game, if you are directly engaging a threat, you are going to get hit back unless you pick the move resist or avoid their blows. Just something to remember in this game.
I'm picking angry.
Awesome. And that is when Christina Shaw uses the opportunity that you have given in slowing him down, and she does one more leap from directly under him, grabbing the bottom of his boat and tugging him to the ground.
Nice.
pants him up.
And that is where we are going to have Aster and Gale. What are you doing in this moment?
All right. Is Gale doing anything automatically? I haven't asked her idea, but they're seeing what you're doing first.
I am going to frantically look for a place where I can stow Ozzy out of danger.
Roll to assess the situation.
Actually, can I add team. I mean, I did just see the spooky room.
You
could
can
also just
you
point it
can
out.
absolutely add team
You're
depending
gonna-
on roll.
You
You're
don't
gonna add team. I don't need it.
not
Since the
adding team?
situation is post superior.
I was also gonna.
That's gonna be a 12.
So that's going to be a pick 2. And you can take +1 forward on the actions you'll learn from this.
Would I be able to reword the what here's the biggest threat to see where is the least threat?
Yeah, why not? Sure. From your point of view, the spooky room over to the side looks pretty empty, as well as the exit is still open.
The gift shop.
The gift shop exit is still fully open with Mary Black maybe on the floor, trampled slightly,
Groaning in pain.
groaning in pain.
Would you like me to take a powerful blow for that one?
No, you took a condition.
And then as second, I would like the how can we best end this quickly?
The best way to end this quickly would be run the fuck away.
Heroes are gonna be here soon.
So
I mean, you don't think this guy is here for the children. You think he's here for the jewels.
I'm going to. So Ozzy's right here. I'm going to grab him by the back of the collar because I've seen Granny do this when she's mad at him. She grabs him by the back of the collar and throw up on the back and just start running to try to get him out of here.
Where are you running?
I am
Towards-
running towards the gift shop.
Towards the gift shop.
Alright.
Anything you want to do in this moment.
Gale has Ozzy. Aster is pretty confident that Gale's going to be able to get Ozzy out. So what they're doing is, are there any intercoms? Like any speakers by paintings or just intercoms in the
Yes.
museum? I'm looking for one specifically on wall 1 or 2, if there is one.
You find one.
Beautiful. Aster is like reaching through that intercom. One, to have their voice somewhere they're not, but 2, to say to one Miss Christina Shaw, "We got Ozzy. He's out."
Okay. Roll to unleash your powers.
Yeah, that's a 7 and 9.
7-9. So you get to pick. You either get to take a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Tell me how the effect is unstable or temporary.
In doing this, you're also going to alert the Buccaneer that there are more people in the area for him to be careful of. And this is when the Buccaneer takes his turn. He attempts to shake Space Baby off by firing his cannon randomly. And what he ends up hitting is the entrance to the gift shop as it collapses in. Gale, you're still trapped. But Gale, that's not it. As this furious shaking of the area and that opening collapsing down, Gale, above you, a lighting system collapses and begins to fall directly over Ozzy. And that is when you feel cold. It's the first time you have felt cold in 2 weeks now. It's relieving, but a little bit concerning as you feel this energy release from you. And now, out of your back, sprouts wings made of flame.
When these wings sprout, they create, just with any heat, there's a discharge of pushing air.
Absolutely.
That heat in itself was enough to push all lighting
It is
into
it is almost like a small
area.
explosion of this energy that releases from you. Absolutely. Creates a small shockwave. Almost like 2 cannonballs have gone off in this area. What do you do, Gale? I'm gonna give it right back to you.
So I think during all that I had, like, as the falling, I had put myself in the way of Ozzy in the ceiling. And then this happens. I don't know what's going on, but I know that I need to get Ozzy out of here. So I'm going to do a complete U-turn to try to, well, no, not a U-turn. I'm going to instead detour toward the lobby entrance.
Detour towards the lobby entrance. Yeah, absolutely. You push forward towards the lobby entrance, and I'm just gonna say you make it through. I think. Because I don't think this would apply to much. I still want to roll. I want to roll so bad.
Roll a die for funsies. Odds are even to determine the
Let's just call it a defend someone.
Defend someone?
Yeah. Roll plus savior.
God, this is a savior action if ever there was one.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 10.
10. So you successfully do it. Yeah. You can choose to add a team to the pool, take the influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
I am going to add team to pool.
Add team to the pool. So you are now at a total of 5? 6? 5? 5.
As I leave Ozzy outside and tell our history teacher, watch him, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. And I start going back in.
What's Mary Black doing in this?
Well, I feel like when this whole thing is happening, she was trying to get up, and with the archway of the gift shop falling in, she probably stumbled back down. So she's going to try and get back up. And at this point, she's scared. So she's running out the exit, and she's going to turn back towards the building and wait to see if anyone else is coming out. And when she doesn't...
Yeah, it takes a second of you standing there, but you actually do eventually see Gale come out. With new wings.
She's like thrown off and a little awestruck, but when she sees Gale go back in, she's like, shit, that's my team, and then she runs after her.
So you both run into the building. This is going to be when the Buccaneer takes his little move. He ended up shaking you off in trying to do that. He is going to charge straight towards the diamond. As Granny Shaw then chases after him. Space Babe, what do you do?
Middle of the fight, I'm going after him.
Okay. Let's do another directly engage a threat. And what are you doing to directly engage the threat?
So I can catch up to him, yeah.
Of course.
What I would like to do is just... And like I can reach him, he's not like super high.
No.
Okay, cool.
Granny Shaw dragged him to the floor.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm going to try to bite his neck, throat area and shake like a bear to like break his neck or whatever, because I've seen lots of Nature Channel. Yeah. I know what bears do.
You know what bears do.
Yeah. And then if I get him, I'm going to start eating him alive like a salmon. No.
No, you can.
7.
7?
Yeah. So I get to choose one.
Yes, you get to pick one.
Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I want to frighten the opposition.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty
I
frightening.
think so too.
Having a bear chase after you, then go after your neck? Yeah.
As
Constellation bear.
two bears chase after this one guy in a ship.
Imagine
He
Jack
is
Sparrow around the corner.
he has got his sails at full mast. He is trying to book it as two bears charge on his tail. One of them breaks hold of him. As snapping jaws approach his throat, he is terrified. He launches a cannonball in this moment. As you have just gotten a bite, his cannonball hits your lower half and pulls you off of him, but you still got one little clamp around him. He gets you off of him in the process, but he took some damage, and you are also going to take a dangerous blow. So roll to take a dangerous blow, please. And he is going to take the afraid condition.
Nice. So row plus conditions marked. That means I just have to look at my conditions to see if it would affect it.
Yes.
Cool.
It's plus conditions marked, as in if you have any conditions, it'll automatically add +1 for each condition you have.
Oh, so it's not like whether
It is not based off of those numbers next to it.
Okay.
It's based off, do you have a condition? Yes, +1. Do you have 2? Yes, +2.
In that case, I got a 7.
And a 7.
Yeah, so I
So
gotta choose one.
choose one.
I mean, honestly, I think the most obvious is you give ground because he
Yeah,
shot me off of you.
I think you do. You end up pressed against wall 3 with the short wall. And you end up right next to Aster, who is still trying to hack into things. We'll get an Aster in a second. Let me do an afraid action real quick. So, seeing the fear caused by this, seeing the threat and danger that he is in, the Buccaneer is going to form copious amount of cannons around himself because he can change the shape of his ship. So now, around his entire body is portholes with cannons, and he fires one big blast in all directions. This is going to destroy a lot of stuff, including the exit. So now both exits are crushed.
Did we make it inside?
You did make it inside before that happened. You are right inside as this happens. Actually, I think the rubble falls on you guys.
Oh wow! So convenient.
What do you do as rubble falls from the ceiling?
I have a move called Never Give Up, Never Surrender. When you take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you, use this move instead.
Ooh.
Would I be able to use that to shield me and Mary Black?
Can I read it, please?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd let that happen. Yeah. As this debris falls upon you, please roll that instead of rolling it to take a powerful blow.
That is going to be 9.
A 9. So you get to pick one?
Yes. And I have to mark a condition.
What condition do you mark?
I am going to mark...
Can I actually add a team to that or no?
Yes, you can. You are next to.
Wait.
Inspiring her.
This is take a powerful blow. Oh no, it's the
No,
other
this
thing.
is
No,
this
this
is
is
a
a special
special thing.
Okay, seeing Gale's new wings and not knowing what they do.
What was your roll? Can you affect it?
Yes, it would affect it. If team happened, it would go to 10.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so seeing Gale's new wings, I am actually going to move a little bit closer because I don't know what they do. I don't know how strong they are, but I am going to push as tightly as I can against Gale to see if it'll shield me at all.
Kind of like
I don't know if that's going to add team to the pool
No.
or add team to the situation. You gotta do something.
I can maybe word that so you can see it. When Mary Black does that, it gives Gail kind of like that sense of I'm the big brother again. I gotta be protective, and gives him that sister, to give her that extra oomph. Lily, is that right?
Well, weren't
yes.
you using your wings to shield, or were you?
I do see where both of you are coming from. I do see it. But the game really does want you to do something like real to actually affect the situation. You have to change the fiction in order to help. And that's not really changing fiction.
Do you have a sense that would maybe like give inspiration or something with chemistry major?
Or maybe
Throwing some sort of flammable chemical into the wings.
add flame,
Fuel to
throw
the fire.
some acid up, do something.
I can 100%
You've got options.
pull out a canister of oxygen from my bag and just like compressed air and just blow it at the wings.
Okay.
Just straight oxygen.
Yeah, I'll let that happen. So
All right.
you
I'm
get
gonna keep attacker's attention.
keep attacker's attention. Okay. You do this and you help out, creating this combustive force that saves you all from the damage you would have taken. The area is still blocked off. You just managed to send the rubble further behind you instead of right on top of you. But in doing this, you create another sound of explosion, and that makes the Buccaneer turn towards you all. Seeing that he has more threats, he's going to take the angry condition.
Scared and angry, that's not a good combo.
Oh, never is.
And he is going to take an angry action.
Maybe he's just hangry. Does anybody have a Snickers?
They really
I
satisfy.
have Snickers.
Yes, you're not
for
when
me.
you're hungry.
I think he's going to lash out at any vulnerability.
'Cause I'm hungry. 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 'Cause I'm hung
meaning that he looks around. He sees a bunch of young, fit people and one old bear.
That song's
Well,
not
to be
choice.
fair, I did just get hit with a cannonball, so I'm probably not looking great.
I know.
And that's,
There's a few different vulnerabilities I could go towards, but I am going to go for the one that's going to make you feel something.
Rip it off.
So he turns, well, he doesn't even turn. Looking directly at you, Gale, a cannon opens on his port and fires directly at Granny Shaw. Can you all do anything in this?
Is there a way
I
can
think
get
the
my
only one
super
would be
speed?
you. Yeah. You have all your power now.
Yeah.
Minus the,
Yeah, can I get my super speed to shove me in the way?
Absolutely.
I was gonna say,
do
I'd like
a
to-
defend someone, please. A 12. So you get to, I believe, pick 2?
I'm going...
No, you get to pick 1.
I'm going to add team.
Add another team, so you're at 5 team.
Aster's been thinking this whole time.
Aster.
Aster's been behind the camera watching this something of a guy. And I think they've noticed exactly what he's here for. I think they don't want to let him have something that was the Phantom Thieves. So beautifully, in the tragedy of all of this, they're using it as a distraction. 100 cannonballs are sent flying. Something's shattering. Gale's grandma's nearly getting shot, but Aster doesn't see any of it because they're focused on, is that glass around the diamond shattered? I
Not
imagine
yet.
it would with the cannonball.
Not yet.
Is it?
It has been avoided so far.
All right. Does it look like is it at all technological? Is there like a code that has to be input?
So it is just a glass case, and if you would like to roll to assess the situation, I can maybe give you a little more information.
More information. The point is, I want it broken.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I said it wasn't, because I knew what you wanted. I'm always going to give you the opposite of what you want when you ask me questions like that.
Do you have any pluses?
Oh, I've for sure got. I've got +3 superior. I'm rocking and rolling. That's a 9. Yeah, I could use a team to get 2, but
Be greedy with the team using my, like,
I do like being
sacrifice
greedy
and
with the team.
I mean, they get reset every week.
It's there to use.
It's just a matter of if I could,
yes.
could I use that as an excuse to be plus team?
So when you're selfishly spending team, you do have to force something bad to happen to your team in this. You do have to be like, don't focus on me, focus on them. Stop. Them, not me, them. You have, but you are the one that caused that, not them. It has to be a my fault that this is happening kind of thing. It has to be enacted. It cannot just be it's coincidence, I'm gonna use it to. No, it can't be that. You have to do something to change the fiction.
I think what it is you are our fellow mariner. I'm imagining is like around here. Anyway.
Yes, he is in between wall 2 and the diamond right now. He's pretty close to it. He's pretty
All
close
that
to
matters
it.
to me right now is that case is between us and the mariner because what Aster's doing
And it
is
is the
they're looking
Buccaneer,
at
by
you.
the way.
Yeah,
Buccaneer.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Aster's looking at you, goes, "Oh, hi, Baloo," and then shoving you out of the cover so they can continue to hide behind this, and there's a distraction right here immediately.
So you're hiding behind the pedestal that houses the diamond as you shove Space Baby up and out into the open fray.
Yeah.
Yep. And
he is like real close to the Buccaneer now.
Whoops.
Moaning and groaning, making a lot of noise, getting attention.
Yeah.
What here can I use to destroy the case? And how can we best do this quickly? They're not looking for runaway.
So this guy, he looks like he's a little bit more than you may be able to handle at this moment, honestly. You don't see a way to end this quickly other than running away. Because he is of that level. Like, Granny Shaw is having trouble against him. It's a thing. You do look around, however, and you see in the commotion, one of the legs of the Volcarachnid has snapped off, and you could probably use that to smash open the case.
They're gonna be foolhardy, I think. They are absolutely, while the Buccaneer is focused on every other thing that's happening, they are reaching for the leg of the Volcarachnid and trying to swipe it through that glass case.
Let's consider this Do you have a delinquent move for stealing things?
I would love to. I will double check.
Did you take it? I think
wish
our problem was that you didn't take it.
I don't believe.
No,
I think Space Baby has served its purpose. So
Let's
probably
just
not.
call this a directly engage a threat for now.
All right. I would love it if I could roll it with my superior, but that's not how that works.
Hey, you increased your danger earlier.
I did. Oh, and I'm getting to use the exact same piece. Beautifully full circle. Don't say this to me.
What is it?
What's the roll?
Don't
It's a
look at me.
snake
Don't look
eye.
at me. No, it's not. It's a 3.
Yeah,
Very even Two. We wouldn't even have enough.
So mark potential.
Yes. And please always remember, if you roll too low, mark potential.
I think I
don't know
forgot
if
sometimes, but I got
it a
3.
couple times.
Uh,
I
Yeah.
don't roll too low.
I don't think you failed it. I think you have failed at least one, so go ahead and at least mark
I
one.
got 1.
Yeah, if you don't remember, then you don't get to mark it,
That's
guys.
fine. I know I failed for the.
Unless you really, really want to listen back to the audio and make sure everything is good and handled.
Submit checked clips. to you.
Exactly, because I ain't dealing with no cheating. Yes.
How does Granny Shaw look?
Granny Shaw got saved from that last cannon blast, so she's still fine. She is still rip roaring raring to go. She is back on her 2 legs with a big paw out ready to strike as he is distracted.
And you're
And I have wedged myself between her and the danger.
Yes.
so you're in the combat now as well.
Yes.
I had like one more thing I could do, but I fucked up real bad.
I think what happens is you raise the Volcarachnid's foot above your head and you bring it down hard, shattering the glass. Just in time for a cannonball to come launching directly at your chest. And you get hit. Please take a powerful blow. As the Buccaneer approaches the diamond that you have just freed from its tasty little case and puts his hand on it.
Don't see. Oh, wait, never mind. That's good.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a miss.
Yep. Describe how you weather this blow. That's part of the...
What is the material of this cannonball? You said they're blue and strange.
It is a spectral cannonball. It doesn't really have a material. It is a... its corporeal form has weight and physical mass to it until it dissolves. And it takes a little time for it to dissolve. But yeah, this mass does hit you, and it's cannonball mass. Maybe smaller ones, not full size.
He's
but
got a tiny ship. I would imagine
it's a
they're
small
little
ship,
smaller.
but he can control some things about the ship.
8-pound cannonballs.
Yeah, there's smaller ones. They're like bowling balls, small bowling balls.
It's like those Orbeez, where those little pellets you grow in water. The moment it leaves the cannon, it expands a little bit.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's beautiful.
It's not beautiful for Aster.
No.
Aster's not happy at all.
How does he weather the blow?
I think what Aster does is that they're holding on to the stand itself. They like sort of topple over to be more around the diamond. They're holding on so they're not knocked back.
All right.
No.
A little bit.
As
I catch
he
it with my chest, so it doesn't help.
as he approaches and lays his hand on the diamond, we are going to take a break right there. I'm your mid-roll master, Adam, and welcome back to the coolest place on Earth, the mid-roll. So, just want to say a few things. First, next week on the 29th, we're going to miss that recording because some of our people have some real-life things about them. I know, real life sucks, right? But we will come back the week after that on the 5th. We should resume our regular upload schedule. Apart from that, me and Orchid both run little Twitch streams. The links for those will be in the description, so come check them out. Both me and him would love to have you for a stream. All right, and I'll let you get back to the episode. Bye-bye.
And then you take no.
And then we kill you with lasers. And then we kill you with lasers.
Okay,
I did that just to piss off Adam. I'm sorry.
let's come back. Let's reestablish positions.
They're not good.
So, the Buccaneer is in the center of the room. He has just placed his hand upon the jewel. Across from him is Aster, who has just shrugged off one of those cannonballs. How did you do that again? Dodge out of the way.
Still fully, like, knocked back his lower half, but he's holding on to the stand itself, like,
Okay, yeah.
sort of bowed over the crystal.
Yeah, so it kind of goes under you. Sure.
I mean, he could still be hit. He's just not knocked away.
Oh, you're definitely not hidden.
Oh, for sure. He'd still be hit. I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Aster's on the other side of the podium. Space Baby is nearby to the podium, who has just been kicked up and out. Mary Black is by the entrance, and Gale, you are standing next to your grandmother, who is chasing up to his tail. We are going to start with the Buccaneer, putting his hand on the crystal. He goes,
Finally! This be mine, what I'm paid to get.
as he begins to levitate upwards, using the power of his spectral ship, as he attempts to go towards the exit.
So Space Baby's going to reach up with his crystal blue bear paw, and he's going to stretch and put that around the crystal and try to, like, pull it back down.
All right. Roll me. That'll be a directly engaged threat.
All right. 4.
4. Can 2 people add team to that? Do 2 people want to add team to that?
I would love
Just-
to. I'm trying to.
Or 3 people, wouldn't it be? Do you got to make a 7?
What? Do you have any plus
If-
2 still?
if-
Gotta be
You
his-
only have a max of plus 3.
I thought that just meant you personally, not for the roll. But anyway, no, I
Oh
don't
no,
have any-
that is for the roll.
Okay.
For the roll, you can never have more than a +4. It's +4.
Okay. So I don't have any danger to add to it, and if you added 3, that would be a 7, and it would give us 1 option, as it is right now.
That's if you want to spend 3 team. That's a lot of team to spend at once. You rolled low.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is you stretch your arm up to try to get him, and he'll take out a spectral saber.
Mm-hmm.
Reach down and cut your wrist. Please take a powerful blow. And don't forget to mark potential for your
7.
failed roll.
7.
7. So choose one.
Won't struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Absolutely. Mark those 2.
Yep. So
And you are going to keep your hold on him and keep him from escaping.
I think so. I've got afraid, guilty, hopeless, and insecure to choose from,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to think of what that would actually be.
Failed roll lends well to insecure.
I was thinking insecure and hopeless, but those are kind of the same thing.
Not necessarily.
Insecure, not sure of yourself, and hopeless, not sure of the situation.
So, actually, it may be that is this happening? Is he like still pulling the domino up, and maybe I'm starting to rise up too?
Sure.
So yeah, I think then afraid and insecure.
Okay. And you do successfully tug him down a little bit. He is not able to escape anymore.
Okay.
So, what the Buccaneer does, as you grab onto him, he cuts down. You drag him down a little bit further, and he realizes he's in a little bit of trouble here. So he's going to play his trump card. The ship around him begins to grow in size massively. What once was just this little floaty looking thing, a silly little visual, it becomes almost, I wouldn't say a full galleon, because that is a little too big still, a little too big for this room, but it's the size of the ship that would fit in this room, and that's it. So it is hulking. I would say it's about 15 feet long and 10 feet high. He can now fully just walk around on its surface. It is no longer a silly little diaper. It is now a full ship. As cannons open on ports and facing each and every single one of your direction, it fires. What you got?
How big is this room again?
This room itself is very big and open air. You know, it's a museum floor. So this room itself would be about maybe 60 by 60, and it's only 1 story. So it's got lofted ceilings. I'd say about 20 feet tall. So he's about halfway to the ceiling on the ship, which is currently very slightly levitating, maybe like an inch off the floor.
Okay, so it's close to the ground.
Yeah, the ship itself is still close to the ground,
Okay.
and it can no longer leave. It's too big to fit through the small hole that was created originally. He would have to create a new hole that is about the size of the entire building,
Okay, thank you, because the skill was bugging me.
Yeah, I understand. I appreciate you asking and allowing me to clarify. The ship itself, about 15 feet long, 10 feet tall. The ceilings itself are about 20 feet tall, so he's about halfway to the ceiling.
Like a little schooner.
Like a little schooner.
Schooner.
Some sort of contagion going around. I think we gotta get out of here, Gail.
Please, everybody roll to take a powerful blow. And then Miss Mary Black, we're on you.
Would I be able to use that move again or no?
Yes, just for you this time.
All right.
That's another miss. Aster's got those kitty claws on that wing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
Ooh. No, it's good for you. He wants to roll high.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I want to roll high.
Good to know.
So that's a 9, so I need to mark a condition, but I get to choose one.
What are you doing again? You're using your ability when you're specific.
Yeah, they have a very specific trait for their character that allows them to not take powerful blows, but instead do something else.
I'm going to say that I want to get an opening to, like, opportunity or opening against attacker. And by that, I want to reach over and grab that spider leg that they used to destroy, and I'm going to fly up as I'm flying, get hit by the thing, and land on the deck.
Yeah, I like that.
And using my magic weaponry, I'm going to...
Let's wait for that
All right.
and give Miss Mary Black a turn, because Miss Mary Black has not had a turn in a little bit.
Yes.
But you are now on the deck, but you are like kind of sprawled out a little bit as you did kind of get hit. So, Miss Mary Black.
I rolled 7, but I have a condition, so I have 8.
So you got to pick one?
So I think I'm gonna struggle past the pain and mark 2 more conditions.
Okay. Can everybody please announce how many conditions they have, just so we have a running total?
Right now, at this point, I have 3.
Goose egg.
3301.
I just got it.
Didn't you get a condition for the last time you used it, or did
no,
that
because I reached 10.
because you reached 10? All right. Yeah, I got you.
I have actually reached 5 potential, though.
We will do advancements when this is finished.
Right, okay. I wasn't unsure if Moment of Truth would apply there, but I need to see what happens with Miss Mary Black anyway.
I wouldn't take a moment of truth this early in the story.
I get hit in the gut, and so I obviously wince and lose the air in my stomach.
That's where the air is kept.
The wind is knocked out of me, but I kind of like shake it off and
No.
and start running towards the almost, I want to say, speedboat side ship.
A little bigger, yeah.
A little bit like a yacht.
A big, thick sailboat.
No, a big yacht, like a smaller one.
It looks like a galleon, but it a little smaller.
Okay, so
It's a
But-
tugboat.
I start running towards the galleon,
It's at maybe a 1/5 scale.
and then can I see if there's any ladders to climb onto, like on the side?
Might
Rope
be ropes.
ladders? Like roll to assist the situation?
Okay. I think this is a point for all of you in this game. Please just like fully tell me what your character is doing. Don't give me like the half, like I guess I want to run up and see if I can do this. No, just tell me fully what you're doing. Say there's a ladder, you climb it. Just it exists. Get up there. Just go. Big jump. Just make fiction up. Make it good.
Okay.
If you want your entire turn to be roll and assess the situation, we can absolutely do that if you're trying to find out some information. But if you're just trying to find a ladder that you may think is there, it's there. Congratulations. You imagined it, so it's there.
You got DM junior privileges.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is how this game works. If you roll high, you control the story. I no longer have control of the story when you roll high.
I didn't.
But this is what I'm saying is you have more control over this story than in D&D, where I have full control.
Okay.
Minus rolls.
Okay.
I struggle with the same thing because it's like I want to know what's there so what I can see what I do, but really it's just about keeping the action going.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's keep it moving forward. If you imagine ladders, congratulations, now there are ladders that everyone can use.
Okay.
Just imagine something that could be in the situation and it's there.
Like there was a trampoline exhibit.
Like,
Do you want me to restart then?
that's a little bit ridiculous, and that one might require a roll, but restart.
So, after I got the wind knocked out of me, I'm going to run around to the side of the galleon where there is usually a rope ladder based on my historical knowledge. There should be usually a rope ladder, and so when I find it, I am going to climb up it onto the galleon's bow. So, I'm going to assume that Gale's fine.
Okay.
First of all.
You're good, Gale. You're good.
I'm going to assume that Gale's fine.
I thought she was laid on the floor.
He's fine. You're good.
I'm gonna
We see her in like the back of Miss Mary Black's panel. Just
Yeah, this is about her. Don't worry about it.
I love that idea. It's just one panel of Mary Black, like, confidently on the thing looking around, and then you're just in the background.
I mean,
Don't worry about her. This is my panel.
I'm pretty sure I can see the fiberglass spider leg right next to you.
Sure.
Yes.
So I'm gonna reach for that, and then I'm gonna pull gasoline from my bag.
Mhm.
I am going to pour the gasoline on the spider, light it on fire, throw it, hopefully hit the buccaneer.
Engage the dangerous threat. Engage the
You're
threat.
lighting it off of Gale's wings.
Yes,
You said.
What is it?
it was a 4
To engage.
4 total.
because I have -2 to directly engage the threat because my afraid, and I rolled a 5,
Mm.
and I have a +1 to danger.
Miss Mary Black,
I know.
as you set this thing on fire using Gale's wing.
Too much gasoline.
No. A small hatch opens under the both of you, and you get dropped into the hull of the ship.
I hit the floor.
You're good. You're still good. No, it's just that like suddenly a hatch is formed under you, and then it swings open, dropping you.
The galley
And-
opens up.
Yeah, basically the
just Mary
galley.
Black?
Just those two, because they were next to each other.
Oh, I thought you meant Mary Black and the Buccaneer. Okay, I got you.
No,
I got you.
this is back when you were establishing the fire. And Miss Mary Black and Gale both, around you stands skeletal figures
I don't like
of
this.
pirates with hats and like the whole pirate getup, but it's all bones and like sunken flesh, and they look zombie-ish, but they are still glowing with this like blue-green tint. They are all like a spectral, corporeal form.
Is there a skeletal macaw? Somewhere in there.
Parrot.
McCall?
Macaw.
There is now.
Parrot. There is now.
Why? Are you gonna take the beak?
No, I think it's a fun visual to see a big crew of pirates and there's a little skeleton
Yeah, there's-
macaw on one of their
But
shoulders.
I do want to say one thing though.
Of course.
The ship yet is still not scaled to size, so these guys are a little bit smaller than they should be.
Oh,
Mary
no,
just
they-
tall?
they scale-
She's like,
Yeah, they scale with the ship. So these
So they were like this big.
yes, they were like this big inside of the underwear.
Now
Oh my
they're
god, they were like that little guy I knocked over.
Yeah, they were like the little 2-inch scale model inside the ship. And now they are about 4.5 feet. Some of them maybe a little bit bigger.
I'm so sorry.
Kick the baby.
That's not punching, Miss Mary Black. Come on, we're on a time limit.
As they sharpen their sabers against each other's,
Aw.
they look at you menacingly.
I want to.
I'm gonna do a Gale. What do you do?
The leg is with us, right?
The leg is with you on fire. I'm gonna assume you still have. I'm gonna assume you both are on the ground now. You fell through a trapdoor. It's kind of hard to maintain your balance when you're falling
Yeah.
mysteriously.
I'm assuming I'm still on your back. Me, I landed on my ass.
That's fine. But you, I'm gonna say, are still holding the flaming leg.
Oh yeah.
So, Gale, what do you do?
I'm going to first stand up, and then I'm going to grab the other end of the leg and take it. I'm going to then start using it as a fencing sword to start hacking my way through them all to try to get back up, like over toward the stairs, because I'm guessing the hatch closed after.
Yes, the hatch did close. All right. You start using your fencing club abilities to. Are you also using your elemental thing? Your
Yes,
elemental
I am.
All right,
I'm viewing it
cool.
as an elemental weapon.
So some of the flames that make up the feathers of your wings begin to the feathers themselves fall off and then move themselves over to the weapon and imbue it with the aspect of fire. As you now have a slightly more flaming thing than previously, because the gas it burns fast. Gas burns fast. So now you so something else about the Masks game. When you are facing enemies that are beneath you, like just clearly not up to your level, there is no roll involved in fighting them. You just kind of do it.
Okay.
It's always about, if you know you can do it, you just do it.
Okay.
And in this case, you're on the fencing team. You're pretty good on the fencing team. You now have these powers coursing through you that you haven't had before. You feel so strong and in control in this situation. It is like nothing for you to tear through these guys.
Okay.
So that's what you're going to spend your turn doing, is just tearing through these enemies
Get back up to the top.
to get back up through the stairs. So you reach the stairs as we're going to head over to Aster. What are you doing?
So, Aster did roll a 5 on that. They were missed once more. I think this time it's not because they hold on well. I think it's because they let go. Because they are deciding this is a losing battle. What they're doing instead is they are, dropping from the ship, maybe flapping their left wing a little, trying desperately not to immediately eat shit. And running back to the fourth wall here and trying to enter the spooky room. See if there's anything they can mess with there. Any locks on the door?
No, it is. So this is not really even a door. I would call it more of a bead curtain.
My understanding of what this room might be is shifted. Oh, God.
So as you enter the room, the vibe completely changes. Everything went from hospital sterile, a lot of whites and grays and fluorescent lighting. This room is lit by those fake tea light candles. They are the fake ones, not real fire. As the dark vibe of this room hits you, it's a very small room with a few different... Let me open my notes. It's got a few different exhibits around. You see a large... It looks like a tiki statue kind of thing. Like a... What is that called? Is it a tiki statue?
The totem pole?
Yeah, like a totem pole statue, but more Polynesian, less...
Yeah.
I think tiki statue.
I think it is a tiki statue.
Yeah.
Okay, you see a big tiki statue. You see a small case, much like the diamond. Inside of it is a vial of this purpley liquid. And then there is a wall that has a lot of blurry pictures. And apart from that, what you see is 3 people in fully black outfits with masks that are in the shape of a grotesque smile. They have their hands on a rod that is also in this place. And they look like they are trying to walk back towards the fire exit that they came in through. That is in the back of this room.
I love your work. I'm so sorry. Can I borrow that for just a second?
As they get a little freaked out of your presence because they did not expect you, they do a little, look to the left, look to the right, look to the left, run.
I'm trying to grab that thing. It has been pinged in Aster's mind, I fear, as, this is another blunt weapon with which to get into this glass case.
Yeah, another rod to get in another glass case. Love it. So why don't you directly engage a threat?
Would love to. Oh, I was hoping there would be control panels back here, but no, it's a whole separate world.
Oh, it's a whole extra room.
Oh.
This is so what I'm imagining for this room is like Gravity Falls style shop of mysteries.
Mystery Shack.
Yeah.
You had me at Gravity Falls.
It's a little bit of a mystery room named the Spooky Room. At 11.
So you choose.
So you get to pick 2? Pick 2.
Why is this the one I win on? I'm taking something from them, for sure.
Okay.
And let me see about the others. Resist or avoid their blows.
Resist or avoid their blows. Interesting. Yeah, absolutely. As they turn to run, much like a baton in a relay race.
Oh, beautiful.
You run forward and take it.
And then skirt back.
And then skirt back, wing out. The strange thing, Aster, when you put your hands on this rod, you immediately feel weirdly weak. Not good. Please take a condition.
Insecure. That shouldn't feel like the way it does. Their
Absolutely.
body, they should know their body. It shouldn't be doing this.
Okay. At that point, the figures, all three of them, are going to take out this small black rod. They take their hand and swipe it in front of them, and as they swipe it down, it extends in length. They touch a button, and the end of it shocks. You hear a zapping noise from the end of it. As they charge you, what do? You get one more.
Stun sticks.
Yeah, Aster is running. Aster is... I don't know if through here or through here would get them there better. I don't know. I imagine they're like here.
Path you taken. I don't care.
The direction that they're not in front of.
So they are at the back of the room in front of a fire exit
Alright.
as they were about to try to leave. So both paths are pretty open for you.
Yeah, okay. Aster is running immediately back and trying to get around the ship away from them.
As you go through the other entrance and trying to get back to more of where the front of the galleon is, you attempt to run through that entrance, but in front of you drops another one of them. There was 4. This one was hiding in the rafters. As this one takes out its stun baton and shocks you right in the chest. Please roll to take a powerful blow.
That one's not missing for sure. I think I lose control of myself and my powers in a terrible way.
Aster, as you hold this rod and you try to run away, you can still feel weaker and weaker and weaker as you hold this rod. And I feel like in this moment, you lose your footing completely. And you almost lose the ability to walk as you feel almost like flu weak. You know how it's when you're sick, it's kind of hard to move in general.
It sounds...
You just feel completely sapped as this rod feels like it's sucking you out of yourself. Pretty hot, right? When you fall to your knees from this A zap, B sapping feeling, you fall to your knees. This figure in front of you takes the rod from you and begins striding towards the exit. And that's when we're going to go to Space Baby. Hey, Space Baby, what are you doing?
at least I'm in the... But that's...
You're still in the spooky
Okay.
room. Someone fell in front of you. You're still in the spooky room.
Oh, you never made it out?
No, someone fell in front of you in the entrance because they were in the rafters.
Yeah, at the most we've got like a paw limp on the ground hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out of the beads. So you heard a little psh of the beads falling.
God, yeah, we do. We do. I also just like the glimpse of a tiny bit of a body.
Yeah.
So in the background of that panel, you see Space Baby holding onto the boat. And as we zoom into Space Baby, he never actually took his powerful blow earlier. So he is going to lash out verbally. I'm going to say, I don't know you! That's my purse! And then what I want to do is I'm going to stretch. This could work one of two ways. One, my mask could just reform at my hand. But I could also like pull myself, like de-elongate my arm and just pull myself up on the boat. So I think for visuals, maybe that second one looks better.
Okay. You elastically pull yourself. Do you think there's maybe a little bit too much force in the elasticity? You go flying a little bit too high?
No.
Okay. No, but.
Because that just looks too goofy in my head. No, I think I just kind of pull myself to the Buccaneer. And I would like to use one of my newborn moves, and I think I'm going to have to roll for Unleash Your Powers.
What's the newborn move?
The Goo Goo Gaga Beam.
It's a mind of their own. Your powers evolve and mutate when you are facing an obstacle or a threat that your powers would not be able to deal with. You can mark a condition to gain brand new abilities adapted to the situation. You lose these powers once the danger is gone.
Cool. Yeah, that just happens. And then, yes, it would be an Unleash Your Powers if it's an Unleash Your Powers thing. It might just be another directly engage a threat, but it would be using new abilities, quote unquote. So,
Do you want me to roll, or does it just happen?
what are you trying to do with the new powers? What are your
Okay.
new powers?
So when I stretch
That one does just happen.
when I stretch myself and I'm standing in front of him, still bear form, and I just stand up and I scream and I just unleash that vocal like, and what happens is the crystalline light image of the bear saps forward from my body, so you're seeing just the girl, and just like rushes at him as a surge of energy, trying to knock him back and off the boat.
That's fucking cool. Roll me a engage a dangerous, whatever. Engage a threat.
Can I unleash my powers instead?
I know you're looking to use that freak instead.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you not have a move that allows you to use freak instead of...
Unleash my powers. That's the one. That's the one that's going to use freak.
I mean a class move.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless it would classify as a directly engage a threat in this.
I was going for it was like such an extreme use of the powers.
I know, but
Okay, we'll do it directly engage with that.
how the game masks really wants it is if it has to do with an enemy, if it has to do with trying to damage or take something or engage in any way, it is an engage a threat.
Okay.
If you're trying to reshape your surroundings or cut things off or limit things, then it would be a unleash your powers.
Well, that sucks. So since I have -2, I rolled a 4. If I had the +3, I would have had a 9. So.
You know what? I'll give it to you just for this once. Just because you used the thing. Just because I want to be nice.
It's also a really
Plus,
impressive
it looks
visual.
cool.
It is also a really cool visual, and I want it to succeed at least a little bit. Half success. But I will count it as an unleash your powers. So what you now get to do is mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I'm good with either one. Do you want me to pick?
That's your pick.
I want to mark a condition.
Okay. How many
Hopeless.
conditions you got?
This will be 4.
That's 4. One more.
We're getting there.
Don't you need to go down when you get 3 conditions?
No, I just read it's when you run out of conditions.
When you run out.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Oh, that's why the newborn damage move is good, because it gives you another condition before you go unconscious.
No, that would count as a different thing.
Yeah, okay.
It's no matter what, 5 conditions marked as go down.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the condition, because I can also add conditions too. Like I can add
Like make up
confused. Yeah, I can make up ones like confused or
Well, then that makes sense.
yeah. It's
That
no
way
matter
like
what,
a
it's
set
5.
limit. Yeah.
Yes.
I bet everybody's learning so much about the game today.
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah, important rules ones. So
right now I'm afraid, angry, hopeless, and insecure.
afraid, angry, hopeless, and insecure.
This is my first time out in the city. I mean, this is what happens.
So since this was not a directly engage a threat, I don't really get to hit you back in this one. So what do you want the effect of this to be? Do you want it to knock him on his ass? Or just inflict a condition? Or
Does the
what are you trying to get out of this?
So what I ideally want to do is knock him off the boat in a way that he drops the diamond. If there is, because this is an energy surge.
Yes.
So if the ship is due to some sort of projection or something that's on his body, it might break that or interfere with that in some way, and maybe he wouldn't fall off the boat then. I don't know, but that's what I'm going for.
That's what I want, is what you're going for. Because you rolled a little mid, I get to offer you a little ultimatum or an opposite kind of thing. You know, a piece of what you want.
A little piece of the pie.
A little
Not
piece
whole
of a
thing.
pie, not a whole piece, just a little piece.
Piece.
I'm on a
Every
diet.
piece. The Weight Watchers piece.
Sad.
Yeah, it is. Smaller than a fun size Snickers.
So what happens is the Buccaneer gets knocked over on the deck of the ship, but he does release the diamond onto the floor of the deck of his ship.
Where are going? Do I get to do anything next, or?
I'm going to give you one more.
Okay. Grab the diamond, jump off the ship.
Yeah.
I say, come on, guys, let's go. I got the diamond. As I run past the opening where you guys are and completely do not help you. And then I'm like going over the ship.
So you stretch, grab the thing from under him, pull back, and just jump for it.
Yeah, I'm booking it.
Yeah. You land, and you look over to your right, and you see Aster's arm hanging out of the opening of the thing.
Is it slowly being pulled through?
No, it is not being pulled, but his arm is definitely sticking out a little bit limply.
Where is Christina Shaw?
That's a good question.
Christina Shaw is inside the boat
Okay.
in a different area than you guys.
Hopefully her bare hearing heard what I said.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I want to book it towards Aster because that's the only door out of here. Everything else is blocked. And Aster's our boy. So, yeah, I want to book it. And
Our Camaro.
our Camaro.
It's a Camaro.
I like Camaro. All right.
I'll be your Corolla.
I don't got wheels.
You could, yes, because you don't try hard enough.
That's because I don't have a license.
You should listen to Coach Joe.
I'll give you. Joseph is a.
Okay,
You
okay.
got the crystal.
You're unconscious right now.
Not
yeah,
unconscious, just weak.
Super not unconscious. I've just collapsed a little bit.
Yeah.
Aster, what's going on?
You got the crystal.
Dude, let's go.
I think Aster is trying to project an image of like a shattered crystal around where Space Baby would have landed, like the shards of one.
Interesting. Roll or provoke someone. Because I think that's what you're doing. You're trying to provoke them into doing something different.
I'm trying to make him think that what he's here for is gone.
Yeah, that's it provokes.
Do we think this counts as provoke someone, or my delinquent are you watching closely move? I can show you the move if you like.
Yeah, let me read it one more time. It's been a minute.
And I will read over provoke someone in this time as well.
Okay. Are you watching closely? When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll on a plus superior. If they hit, they're fooled, at least for a moment. On a 10 plus, choose 3. On a 7, yeah, absolutely. Do that one.
That would be beautiful.
That fits perfect.
All right. That's plus superior, so that's a 13.
That's a okay. So pick.
You confuse them for some time. You get an opportunity. You avoid further entanglement, I think.
Absolutely. So what you're doing is opening an opportunity for you all to get away. As the Buccaneer gets up from being knocked over.
I think Aster's like, as they're slumped forward, they have their paw sort of cupped over the illusory beam, so it's hidden too. Hidden that that's the start of the light.
That's the source.
With this, he's going to take the hopeless condition as he looks down and realizes his mission has been destroyed.
There.
I think he's going to use the hopeless action give up without a fight. As his ship suddenly shrinks around him extremely quickly, the two of you, as well as the bear grandma, get ejected from its form as it begins to shrink. And he very quickly books it out of there.
When I see you guys, I'm like, over here, come on.
Aster is so super still on the ground. A little bit, it's for the act. A lot of it's because they don't feel good.
So I'm actually gonna scramble up to my feet, no matter how much pain I'm in. I'm gonna scramble up to my feet and I'm gonna start running over because I see you on the ground. And
You see me up. You see me like under a beak.
I see you on the ground. You're starting to scare me a little bit, so I'm gonna run to Aster. I'm gonna attempt to do a little bit of first aid and see what's going on with Aster.
Where's Gale? What happened? What happened in there? The Aster is very
Right.
visibly, even as
Right
they're
here.
sort of shaken, their hand is stayed, keeping very still.
Mary is opening.
Hi.
I'm opening
Right.
up my satchel and I'm pulling out a
Damn.
bunch of first aid, and I'm just pointing over my shoulder. There's Gale, and then I'm starting to do first aid on you to figure out what's wrong.
They got me, they zapped me with something. There was a stick or something they took.
You feel like you're
on
getting
fire?
you Aster
A little
feel like you're getting some of that energy back too as you're not holding on to that rod.
Yeah, okay. They're starting to like roll their shoulder, shift back up. They're keeping their. It's like when you move a chicken, how their head moves. They're trying to keep their hand like that, even as they get up.
You said you saw they had a rod.
3 creeps, what looked like stagehands with creepy masks. They had a rod from in there. Check it out in there. It's kind of nice.
I am going to go in there and look at all the placards on the wall to see if I can find anything that matches the description of the rod.
Well, hold on. No, if you've got like a pain thing.
Huh?
Do you got like an energy drink, man?
I got Tylenol.
Okay.
Hey guys, come on, we gotta go.
Okay, so I'm gonna
things.
I'm
We can
gonna
stop at the
open
gas
up-
station as
I'm
well.
gonna open
Yeah.
up my satchel. I'm gonna dig around for a few seconds. I'm gonna pull out Aleve, acetaminophen, and Tylenol. Pick one.
Name brands. Hell yeah.
Aster is picking whichever has the most purple adjacent packaging because they are simple.
They're all.
featured.
It's all. It's either red or.
Hey, Tylenol and Aleve, we're open to brand deals.
We'll wear the hat.
I'll wear the hat. I don't care.
And I just leave all 3 bottles right next to you and like get those back to me when you're done. And I go back into the room to try and find the description of the rod that Aster has described.
So
She wanted an OD?
That's why I said give them back to me when you're done. Pick one.
I don't know.
It's just taking some Tylenol and like able to see that the Buccaneer is gone. Finally, shaking off their hand and turning off the illusion, and the shards that were scattered once the ground is hot.
Hey guys, I think we need to bucking on out of here before the cops arrive.
I agree, but I agree with that, Space Baby, but I genuinely want to know what they took, because this museum is full of artifacts.
I see a door right there. Let's go.
Does this place have cameras?
Hold on.
Yes, Miss Shaw?
Ooh.
As she kind of like, she is shrinking back into her normal form at this moment. She looks much more tired than I believe any of you have ever seen this woman.
Oh, Miss.
This looks like it took a lot out of her
I'm
to
gonna
do.
immediately run and try to find her cane for her.
Yeah, I think Aster's like...
Absolutely.
Aster has a grandma who uses a cane. He's like coming up on her other side to try and offer a little bit of support.
You run over to wall 1 and notice that it is slightly under some rubble. And you pull it out, and it's still intact. Good working cane.
It's a hero's cane.
It's a hero's cane.
It's a hero's cane.
You alright, Miss Shaw?
Oh, well, I'll be fine. But what's more important? Dear, you said there was other
Oh,
people here.
yeah, God, sorry.
Well, we've kept
Sorry.
one thing safe, and I commend you all for that. It is impressive for you children to be able to react to the situation as you have. It's very impressive. Gail, dear, I am so proud of you.
You ain't gonna...
As she takes her cane from you and straightens up just a little bit and establishes herself.
You ain't gonna, like... Yeah, I appreciate the praise and all, but you ain't telling anybody, are you?
Oh, dear, I don't agree with that law.
I always knew you were cool, Miss Shaw.
I believe that a hero should be able to be a hero, whether there is a law or an organization yet.
Yeah, I don't know how to stop this.
Oh, God, Gail.
As there's 2 ginormous flames behind her.
So that's
As-
permanent now?
Hold on. She looks at you warmly and just goes,
It's okay, Gail. Just calm down. You will learn how to control it, just like I have my bear form. This is your form. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty cool.
Like, that doesn't look like bear stuff to me.
No, it does not. No, but you understand chimeras. I mean, you.
I mean, Aster is trying and failing desperately to communicate. I don't know any animals that are on fire normally, and it really is just gesturing between
I mean-
Gale's big wings and Aster's pigeon one.
I mean, I don't know if she is a chimera of sorts. People have powers here.
I mean, yeah, it's a gray area sometimes. I mean, you fall into it, so
Yes, it is a little bit of a tricky situation that we can get tested later if we desire.
yeah. No, there was something else though. There was, is there like a vial in there? That's not my point. I just want to know. But they took a rod and I grabbed it. But when I grabbed it, I felt bad. I couldn't keep walking, and I think a little bit that's because they zapped me. You know, they like tap where they were zapped and then flinch because that does still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel normal.
she looks at you kind of a little worried at that. And she goes,
Let's take a look around the room. Okay.
Yeah,
see if we can't figure out exactly what they took.
yeah. There was. I thought I got away from them, but there was one of them in the rafters. So
It's okay, dear. Don't worry. This
Yeah,
happens
okay.
all the time. It's all about picking yourself up and getting back to it.
and Aster's thinking about the little miniature hero that they broke and knocked over earlier, and like just nodding a little more shakily than they generally do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You turn around to search the room, which Mary Black has been searching this whole time.
A while.
Searcher.
And Miss Mary Black, as you look around the room, I'm going to go over these a little bit. So you walk in front of the blurry images. You read the little plaque for it, and it says, these are the only known pictures of the reptilians. The people have claimed to seen reptilians around the islands long before the Chimera virus was released. These are the only known images of their existence, and they all look exactly like the Bigfoot images. They're just super blurry, and like it totally could just be someone in a suit.
Or a stick poking out of the water, like.
Or
Loch Ness Monster.
exactly.
Log.
You see.
Why did that get that face? Why is that specification so important?
You see a large tribal statue, like the tiki statue. It's painted, but it's mainly wood, and those paints are faded and dull over time. You read the thing in front of it, and it says, "This is the whispering statue. They say if you can hear it, it'll tell you the date of your death."
Oh, no, I'm good. Oh,
Do you attempt to listen?
Absolutely not.
You go to the little case that has the file of something in it, and the plaque reads, "Poop juice, the Phantom Thief's signature laxative."
I feel like Aster would want that.
No.
And then the last one you get to, an empty pedestal that has an empty little, like a holder stand thing for a rod. Under this thing, it reads Vitals Rod. They say if you have powers and you hold on to the rod, you begin to feel weak. And those are the 4 things that you see in this room. And the Vitals Rod is gone.
Upon noticing that the Vitals Rod is missing, I'm going to call out, Miss Shaw!
And this is right about the time that you finish your conversation with Miss Shaw.
Aster is absolutely also poking their head in.
She walks in the room, parts the beads, and
Parts the
goes, "Yes, dear."
I immediately point at the wall and I said, I think we have a problem.
She walks forward and reads the plaque and has this confused look on her face. It's like, this room is all about fake legends and...
Hey. Aster, like, over and trying to listen to the thing.
This room is all about fake legends and quote-unquote mysteries. Why would they want something out of this room?
Mystery being the formula for that poop juice.
Oh, I mean, Aster did
one's
say
ever
that
argued.
when
I'm in the process, don't worry about it.
when they were holding
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
Aster said when they were holding the rod, they started to feel weaker and they didn't feel right.
Do you think they might have, like, a little nosebleed from the effect it has on one's body?
I don't necessarily think this one is falsified.
Yes, I'm starting to get that impression as well.
I think we have an issue.
Yes, me as well. I believe there is a mystery forming.
You have connections to the Hero Syndicate, don't you? The Guardians? Or the Knights?
Yes, the Knights.
Yeah, Knights.
Aster, do you remember what they looked like? Like at all?
Yeah, they look like... So, do you know where, like, the stuff about ninjas came from?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like people who go on a stage and move stuff out and all that. You don't notice them, you don't think about them, really.
Uh-huh.
They look like that. Yeah, there's these spooky masks on them, I don't know.
Background people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. So they're like stagehands, backhand.
Yes.
But what were they wearing?
That's what they were wearing.
Just straight...
Just black, just the masks. And they had these little rods they whipped out, right? And they tapped them and they got longer and then they started hitting me with them.
Michelle, do you think you could get information about them?
Yes,
Okay.
I will go to the Knights and
Just
collect data.
I appreciate it, I know.
But you
you're not
children
wanted anymore.
should...
We don't plan on following up on this.
You should stay out of this. This seems like it's much bigger than you.
At this point, Mary would like to turn to Aster and Space Baby, who I'm sure are still holding on to the
The diamond's
That
stuck
diamond.
in my clothes. Like it's
Yeah.
not inside.
Aster intends to
Okay.
ask for it, but that hadn't happened yet.
But she knows.
Shaw intends to ask for it.
Okay, I said, well, knowing that you had it and the fake one on the floor just disappeared, she's like, okay, I know that wasn't real. You guys still have the real one, right?
What wasn't real? And there is a very direct eye contact, like, don't challenge me on this.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'm not.
It is still a part of the History Museum, and I would really rather not steal it, because then that could lead to us getting into trouble with the law.
I shake my head no.
Granny Shaw goes,
What are you talking about, Miss Mary Black?
Yes, what are we talking about? Stealing things from the museum?
Nobody's
Well,
stealing.
we weren't
I'm sorry,
stealing
Miss
things.
Shaw. Nobody's
We weren't
stealing things from the
anything.
museum.
I'm just saying, the thing that we have that the Buccaneer was trying to steal,
It's
we
shattered.
should.
I turn around
Don't
to
you
Miss
see
Shaw, and a little
She
like
points
my
to
hand
the floor where
takes
it
the diamond
was.
out of my
Then where are the shards?
Yeah, the moment Miss Shaw isn't looking at you, Aster doing like this motion.
if you guys didn't hear, Space Baby, please say it again.
So I turn around and look at Miss Shaw, kind of where my body's out of the action, and I just use like a third light hand, so my hands are still by my side. If you're looking at me, the little light hand gets the diamond and kind of sneaks it over to Miss Shaw.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Wonderful one.
As she holds it in front of her and inspects it a little bit.
A little bit of goop on it. Okay.
Not a gooey guy. Not a gooey guy. She inspects it and
Says, I'm glad we could at least recover this. This would have been a big loss for us and a big gain for any would-be villain.
That could have been a lot more dangerous than the rod.
Hey, let's maybe keep it a little bit safer.
Yes,
It's
we will
not
have
safe.
to keep this safe. I will turn it in to the authorities.
as Aster gets a little upset about this.
Probably a little visibly, like turns to the side, bristled a little bit. Fucking with my crystals, what you doing?
I feel like you should take the angry condition if you don't already have it.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, 100%.
Space Baby's going to start wandering around looking at the room, and he is going to read the different plaques. That way he knows what everything is, what they are.
Yeah, same information.
Interjection. I think as Miss Mary Black is saying that we don't intend to engage in this any further, Aster's not exactly nodding along. I think Aster is looking just a little conspiratorially towards Gale. I do think Aster wants to try and listen to the whispering thing also. I don't know if that's now or later, but it could be a thing they're trying to do to distract
Yeah,
themselves.
I feel like this is the situation is over. Granny Shaw is walking towards the fire exit to see if she can't maybe establish some tracks or something. But past that, she's about to go to the front to reconvene with the class and start talking to police when they arrive.
I do think if we are to imagine this as a lovely comic book, there's like maybe 3 panels in which we can see Aster look between Granny Shaw and look towards Gale and look visibly conflicted about whether they want to try and stop her and take it back or not. And they don't, ultimately, but they do want to.
They gotta have the memorabilia.
When Granny Shaw leaves, can I also just go to see if I can see any tracks?
I mean, you're not gonna find any.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying there is a small scene of like 2 panels of her scanning the ground with a magnifying glass or something looking for fucking tracks.
She's doing her thing.
She's doing her thing while you guys do your thing. Is what I want this to be.
Hey, mates, don't you think we better get back on the bus now? It's
Aster
about
is-
time to go.
Very pointedly not listening or looking at you.
Are we still in the middle of the school day, or do you think we
Middle school day. You're still pretty early in the day too. I mean, this is an all-day field trip, and
Oh, okay.
this was a very quick little thing that happened. But I'm assuming that they're not going to make students that just went through something like this go back to school. So
All right, never mind. I got the wrong time.
I'm gonna point towards Gale and Aster. I'm gonna say, after school today, I'm gonna go through my mother's archives and see if I can dig up anything.
What do you mean after school? School's probably over by now.
No, it's still lunchtime. Looks at her watch. Yeah, it's lunchtime.
They're not
I'm
gonna
not sure they're
this
gonna
one.
make
was
us go
all
back
their
after
lunch.
this.
as you can hear sirens
We
approaching.
should probably leave. I still need to figure out how this
Go.
works.
Go if you're gonna go.
We need
So-
to get back so they can count us, right? Make sure that we're here. Join. Did they got
Miss
everybody?
Mary Black do that. Goody two shoes, huh?
We'll just tell them you went to get pizza.
Aster is, I think, making
we
a
should- I
point
think
to
we should get
turn
out
their
of here
back
because
and go
there's
and try and
signs
listen to the thing.
Yes.
Gail, as this situation resolves and you begin calming down, and as your granny instructed you to just calm down, your wings start to deplete, and they start to like fling off like flickering fire, and they flicker out, and your wings dissipate.
Is Hey, Gail, let me make sure your shirt's not ruined. And I'll look at the back.
There's a big ass hole in the back.
Scorch marks.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, the material itself is burnt. And
I'll-
like,
Hey, same hat.
yeah, like you have the ring of the neck that's a little bit more durable than the rest of the fabric. But other than that, it looks like you're wearing an open back shirt.
Oh, great.
I untied the lightweight hoodie that's around my waist, and I handed it to go.
Thank you.
I was curious about the wings too.
I like the idea that now, anytime it's dormant, there is glowing, tattooed wings.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. That's
Like a
cool.
burn mark tattoo.
Kind
Like
of,
a
yeah.
like a
Or are
brand
you
almost.
thinking like the one mutant from X-Men where it's like the tattoo on her back in the shape of a bug's wing?
Kind of, but more bird wings.
Yeah, they're definitely like, it is feathers made of flame. They are in the shape of almost like an angel's wings.
Do they wrap around your waist or no?
third-degree burns.
Ooh.
Do they wrap around your waist or no?
Could
But
you like
we
hide
probably
yourself?
don't see that right now due to it just being open backed. Like you probably see it trailing down, but nothing.
We don't see
Yeah.
the tips of the wings, but we see enough to know that their wings are there.
Yeah, you see that branded outline on your back.
Awesome.
Aster's fuming. What Aster has decided to do, in lieu of listening to anyone, is they're interacting with the one interesting thing in here. They know about the poop juice. They've read endlessly about the poop juice.
Yeah.
They're familiar.
Yeah.
They're going to try and listen to the Statue of Whispers.
Okay.
The Whispering Statue, even.
You approach it, and you get real close.
Audio's my thing.
As you approach it, you can slightly hear.
Leaning in closer.
The closer you lean in, the louder it gets. And it's saying today's date on repeat. You look a little closer and you see a microphone in the back of its mouth, though.
What we get is one
A speaker, I'm sorry. Yeah,
what we
you
get
see a
is one
tiny
single
speaker.
explosive laugh, and then Aster is trying to blow that thing up with their mind. They are trying to fry its circuits real bad.
The speaker.
The speaker.
I'm gonna just let it happen because
Yeah.
that's not that hard to do. You use your prowess to completely overload the speaker, and it goes, and then a little bit of steam smoke fizzles out of the top of it.
Lilith
The
satisfied
sirens are
smile.
getting louder. We should probably leave
Head to the front.
Oh yeah.
because
Head.
I don't want a trip to anywhere.
We
really.
should head to the front, cause we're just witnesses in this.
Fire escape. Run around. Let's go.
No reason we got to tell anybody what we did. Better they don't know.
Better.
Granny Shaw's already said she won't say anything.
Yeah. That gonna be the same with you two?
Mum's the word.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
You know me. I'm not gonna say.
If I told
know
my
you
if I
don't,
told my
yeah.
mom, she would kill me.
Then don't tell your
Is the
mom.
poop juice in
That's the
the
only person I talk
It's
to.
in a glass case.
Yeah, I've got no friends. Besides you, Granny.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Aster's content now to go walk around.
You guys walk around to the front, where at this time the police have already gathered, and you can see Miss Christina Shaw talking to the police actively. You can see from the distance she hands them that jewel, and she kind of describes the situation of what happened. But the way she describes it, you guys aren't there. You guys don't exist. She handled the situation on her own.
That would explain the bear marks on dude's throat.
Yeah, she explains it, and she's like, I'm Christina Shaw.
A little fanfare plays in the
I'm
background.
a retired hero. But
The little chevron says Christina Shaw.
Well, she pulls out like her old knight's badge, and she has like full right to do whatever the hell she wants. She was a gladiator. Yeah, she has full right to be as much of a hero and use her powers in public as she wants. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she explains to the cops in a way that she was the one that handled the situation while she focused on keeping everyone safe. She explains that she got the crystal back from the Buccaneer, but these mystery assailants somehow stole this other thing and got away. And does not explain that. Didn't know it happened.
I like to imagine in the like comic panel framing of this, we see the news broadcast with Miss Christina Shaw in front of the microphone, and we see us all sort of skulking out of around the back. We see us in the background. Aster's like got his headphones on, hands in his pockets, all bristled.
I'm sure.
Any description of you guys?
I'm sure after a little bit, like news vans start showing up with cameras and microphones, and they start going around trying to take statements from like different students and everything.
Oh, they're getting a sneer.
They approach each and every single one of you. Do you end up talking to the media?
So can we make a canon that the badge actually says Christina Shaw? She can do whatever the hell she wants.
Absolutely.
I love that.
All the gladiators can do whatever.
It's like their name can do whatever the hell they want.
It's either that's the official badge, or like Peregrine or someone got a bunch of them made one Christmas.
Probably that.
Yeah,
probably.
I like to think that.
So I don't really think Mary likes talking to.
And you can refuse this, of course, as your character might.
No, she's had bad experiences with news crews.
True. You probably have.
She's had real bad ones. Like, how do you feel being a villain's daughter? Are you gonna live up to her?
Okay, so here's what it is, though. When one of the reporters comes up to you, Space Baby kind of sees your like tenseness, and I kind of like sidestep in and be like, "Hey, mate, did you see what happened?" And I'll talk to the media.
I'm just gonna slowly.
Does anybody else want to talk to the media? Because I'll share the microphone.
I want to go last.
Well, absolutely. I think these are going to be separate, like little interviews as they pull you aside and attempt to get your statement. So, you get pulled aside by a woman with blonde hair and like a little short skirt and it's full news get-ups, like a blouse, and holding one of those boxy microphones.
She just got here from reporting on a mysterious masked killer.
Yeah. She approaches you and goes, "I'm Adriana Tranch with Channel 3 News. I have a student here from this incident that happened at..."
They're constantly sending her out into the trenches to get the stories.
The trenches.
Time to hit the trenches.
Sorry.
It's all good. Trench. The trench. All right. Adriana Tranch with Channel 3 News. I have a student here. I have a student here that has just experienced a horrible event. What is your name?
You can just call me SB.
All right, SB. Can you describe the situation that happened here today?
Oh, I'll tell you, mate, it was awesome. And then I start describing the history that's on the wall.
She gets this blank look at her face and then looks at her cameraman and says, "This one's useless. Next."
Do we see droopy dog narrator in the background look a little bit happier because someone actually was paid attention?
I think yes, you absolutely see a small twinkle in his eye.
Someone actually paid attention.
Yeah.
Other than Mary, who comes in like twice a month.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else for yours as they say this one's useless and they walk away?
I did have an idea, but I love ending it there.
Okay. Does any of you else want to do a media scene?
I would,
because I find it hilarious that also the media knows who you are because they are the media.
I would
journalism and whatnot.
I would love for the media to come and try and overwhelm her and her just clam up like a mouse.
That's what I'm thinking happens as 4 microphones approach you simultaneously from 4 different sources.
Oh,
and it's like,
was it had anything to do with
yes, that's what I was about to say. It's like,
are you
following in the footsteps of your mother.
Was this your mother's fault? Did you have anything to do with this?
Hey, Mary, come on. Let's go over here. Let's get away from these guys.
I think she's just kind of frozen.
I'm going to put my arm around your shoulder. And
As they all look to their camera and say, "This one's useless."
I do love that that's just a thing they say in front of the students.
Yeah.
I feel like this would very quickly get back to her mother, and she might have some explaining to do when she gets home.
But her mother might
It's a
appreciate her
school
silence.
sanctioned field trip.
Mary was on the news.
Anything else?
Gail, do you have anything?
I think she said. I think whenever she starts something like interviewed, she's like, "All I heard was run, so I ran."
Did you feel afraid for your life?
I mean, I nearly had a archway collapse over top of me. I'd say that that's probably a life fear, especially when you have a 5-year-old kid with you.
Do you have any relation to the hero Christina Shaw?
Are you following in the footsteps of hero Christina Shaw?
Was she here chaperoning you on your field trip?
Did you have anything to do with the situation that had happened today? Did you save this young boy's life?
It had nothing to do with this. I ran because I was told to run.
That's a very
The other-
interesting tattoo on your back for someone underage.
Did you use any powers to help this child? Did you do anything?
No. And the rest of that information is personal, and I wouldn't like to share.
As a young
This one's useless.
No, that's not useless. That
I
makes
know.
people juicy.
I know.
As a young powered person, will you be joining the Templars?
The Templars. Sorry.
No, like the Squires even.
The Knights.
The Knights, yes.
I never said anything about having powers.
Will
What
you be
does
trying
that
to
mean?
fill in your grandmother's shoe report?
Snap their
Will you
fingers
be
like they're
trying to
hoping
fill
to
in
catch
Yeah, that's-
Christina
this is what I was
Shaw's
doing.
Gladiator.
Young Chimera boy, did you have anything to do with this?
What are you, a creep? Why?
This one's useless.
Yeah, Aster's stalking off, headphones firmly planted. Like, headphones over his ears, and he's got his hand and his wing up to hold them there.
Mary is frozen, upset,
I-
almost
Oh my
tears
God.
in her eyes.
I'm so
She's
sorry,
So
I-
overwhelmed.
I do think in that scene, we go from seeing Aster, like, sort of chuckle at your misfortune, and then immediately get hounded himself.
I think that's where we're going to end our session for
Okay.
today.
So you said team resets, right?
No. Everybody, please remember we have some end of session things to do.
Yes.
We're going to go around the table again, and each of you can answer these end of session questions. Does anyone have their answer?
I'm growing into my own image because instead of doing things the way my mother would, which would be like deceit and death, she actually ended up helping and supporting a lot of her.
Yeah, you definitely took a
Teammates.
supporting role on this one.
And instead of, stealing something like her mother would have done, she instead helped recover something and uncover more mystery behind the intruders.
Wonderful.
and perpetrators.
Wonderful.
So I get to move a label up and down.
Yep.
Or up or down.
One up, one down. You have to do both.
So you do have to do the label up or down?
It's so anytime you ever shift a label ever,
One goes up, one goes
one goes up, one goes down. Unless it's a very specific case.
Mhm.
And I think those very specific cases are your advancements of you shift a label up and then lock it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the only case that is not shift one up, one down.
There is add +1 to any 2 labels also, but
The only ways are through advancements.
Yeah, that's,
What I'm
Do you
actually as go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do our conditions reset?
No.
So they don't reset between sessions.
No, it resets on time skips, not sessions.
That's what it was, yeah. So
Everything will reset on a time skip, never on a session.
I'm gonna be angry and insecure for a while.
I feel like
Until you clear the condition,
Yes.
which
Okay.
I don't think Breaking Rule Speaker does that.
So,
it's got to be something that you care about.
Yes.
would you say that I would go up on Savior and down on Mundane?
You could do down on danger because that's the one that's kind of about like being
A threat.
a threat, being powerful, being a villain. Honestly, when you see yourself as like bloody knuckled, you would see yourself as a danger.
Oh,
So up on Savior, down on Danger.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That makes sense.
Okay.
I do so enjoy the removing one from mundane and adding to danger after knocking down a little hero statue with that reflection on it, on what it means, like a villain.
Yes. Anyone else?
I've got my end of session for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Go
Aster's
ahead.
growing away from the team. They for sure feel detached. They had a plan. And it was so close to being loose. the center keystone of the Phantom Thief's best plan yet, the best show he ever put on.
The greatest switcheroo.
The greatest switcheroo.
What was your plan? I was curious about that.
To take it. It's clearly not safe here.
And do what?
Have it.
Keep it.
Sacred in this museum.
Memorabilia.
Get memorabilia.
Gotta
I can
have
use that
the
for myself
merch.
someday.
Gotta have the merch.
No, and unfortunately, I think they're pulling away from Gale just because you're the main one with influence over them, and they're mad about it. And you are not her. What she does doesn't even necessarily have to do with you, but it's your grandmother whose hands that ended in, and it's because they care about you that they didn't do anything to stop her. They're going to be ranting to Simon about this later.
It's okay, dude. I'll listen.
Appreciate it.
Next.
Because it feels like Simon will understand, even if he's into the heroes. There's a real call to something like that, you know?
I think it's funny if, like, that scene where Mary Black said, like, I don't have any friends except for you three. If there was a scene of, like, Simon doing something, just realize that he's there.
A parallel panel of him in class because he still has school.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in our history class. No. Oh, okay.
No, he's got different voices.
He's in AP history.
Yeah. I could have got in, but I didn't want to bother.
Yeah, that's right. Mary Black. No, Mary Black, this is history, not chemistry. You're not in AP. You're in AP chemistry, not history.
I'm in AP chemistry. Well, then why are they in AP chemistry?
I'm very...
We're all in the same classes.
No, you were their study tutor for chemistry.
Different class.
Same teacher.
This is the only class that you all have together as history.
Space Baby's in advanced chemistry, too.
I mean,
That's just because, that was just because you've been following her.
Some of them might sink in.
As evidenced, we don't have chemistry together, given Aster's horrible little laugh at you having no friends.
Yeah. Okay, next.
I actually had a question. So what I was asking was, do you have to move your labels up and down? Like, do you have to do that? Can you just say, no, I don't want to move anything?
So, if there is a shift in labels, it has to happen. If you don't want your labels to move, technically there is a way, but it's a little dangerous. If you try to shift your labels below -2 or above +3, the shift does not occur, but you will take a condition, as any emotion that is too strong in one direction is a little bit damaging to your psyche.
I'm super in danger of that with Superior.
Yeah, he's in danger of that with Mundane, I think.
Yeah, Mundane's one of those. I really don't think any of these fit what Space Baby would be feeling. Because grow closer to the team, he didn't really do much with the team. Grow into the image of yourself. I don't think that any of his labels would have moved, like, really up or down. Maybe danger would have went up, but nothing really would have moved.
I mean, I feel like with you using this new power that you gained randomly in the middle of the fight,
Pretty cool.
which was pretty cool. I think that constitutes a danger up, mundane down, or a freak up, savior down, I think.
Okay.
There is some changes that you can justify with this big move of yours that you did.
Okay.
That I think would be at least a danger up, something down.
Okay, I'll danger up and mundane down, and what happens if mundane goes down?
Shift doesn't happen and you take a condition.
So I don't get danger up.
If you want to pull it that way, if you want to shift something other than mundane so you don't have to take into condition, you can do that.
I mean, there's also Grove detached from the team. Aster was definitely snarling at you.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
I took that a little bit personal.
there was a few
That's
moments
a good character thing.
like you kind of going against the team and giving Christina Shaw that crystal. That does absolutely constitute a loss in influence over Aster.
No, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift danger up and mundane down. I can't do it, so I have to take a condition. So I'm at 5 conditions, so I fall unconscious.
Oh no!
You run away from the fight that isn't happening. So you are.
You're having a fight with yourself. You're having a fight in the team, and you're just deciding to walk away.
See, what it is there are 2 wolves within sight.
Oh god!
Oh my god! No! I fucking did.
One of them wants to watch Crocodile Hunter. The other one wants to watch Swamp People.
The other one wants to
Which one do you feed?
The other one wants to watch Becky Crockett.
Becky Crockett? Okay, Becky Crockett's a show in this world. It's Daniel.
100%
David
is.
Crockett's like 1,000-year-old granddaughter Or 1,000-year-old granddaughter.
Like 4-generation-old granddaughter.
All right.
She
Started
goes
as
to
a
read
reality
recipes.
show, went to be an influencer.
What you got, Gail?
I'm going to take grow into your own image of yourself.
Absolutely.
I saved the person who I saw as the strongest person in the world. I rescued her from being shot. I also, in the same instance, I saved my younger brother from falling debris.
And you also saved Mary Black.
You
You saved a lot of people
saved
today.
a lot of people. I'm going to shift my.
It better be Savior up.
Yeah, Savior.
Entire skeleton
Savior-
board also.
Savior is going to go up, and
Mini skeleton
I
board.
think
Still, it's
Danger is going to go
good-sized.
down.
Danger down, Savior up. I like that change for you. You did not engage a threat once during this combat. You only ever defended people.
That makes a lot of sense.
That was amazing. Actually, Aster, you have an advancement to take. What
I
are you
do.
taking?
I'm taking the move team. What team? Because it feels fitting.
Cool. We're taking another move.
Yeah.
Love it.
When you use team selfishly, clear a condition or mark potential. The first time in a session that you use team to help a teammate, take a +1 forward.
Cool. That's very.
That's very nice.
That would have been helpful for today, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you're taking, huh?
I'm taking it because it's the most appealing move out of the ones here, but also because I think it feels really fun thematically with the growing away from the team.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do like that.
All right. This is where we end it.
We've been six-sided struggle. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Catch us next time.